considered the stronghold of El Mencho's cartel. As part of the deepened security, a military ship has arrived off the coast of Puerto Vallarta, while the government and military are trying to project a sense of calm and control. There is still concern over further violence, given the history of ruthless drug cartels in the country. And the CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick is at Toronto's Pearson International Airport, where some of those flights to Puerto Vallarta and other Mexican destinations have resumed. So, Megan, walk us through what the airlines are doing and what you're hearing from those travelers.
The last flight of the morning has now departed for Puerto Vallarta. That was a Porter flight that just took off a little while ago. The flights did start resuming bright and early this morning with an Air Transat flight at 6:45 a.m. Air Canada and WestJet have both also had flights departing for Puerto Vallarta. So it will be the same case playing out at airports across the country as these major Canadian airlines resume their flights after those cancellations that started Sunday and continued today. We know Air Canada is sending bigger planes to Puerto Vallarta in order to help bring passengers home from there whose flights were canceled. So they're working on adding capacity to get people home faster. It's not clear, Archie, how many total passengers have been impacted by all these cancellations. I've reached out to the airlines to ask them that and get a sense, but I know from Flair Airlines on Sunday alone, 600 people were impacted, and that was just one airline on one of the days. So, that's just a glimpse of how many hundreds of passengers have been impacted in the last couple of days. We've talked to people here at Terminal 3 as they arrived for their flights. Didn't get a chance to speak to anyone departing for Puerto Vallarta, but did meet people starting to cancel. And some people saying they're still a bit nervous about heading to the country, even though they do not work in Puerto Vallarta. But some people are telling me they have friends in the area there. Here's a little bit of what I've been hearing.
I think when you travel anywhere, you're a little apprehensive, a little worried about the safety, especially like if you're traveling with young kids. So I think a little bit more than usual.
Well, we were a bit concerned. Obviously, we're traveling with a big group and kids, but we were really looking forward to it to get away into the sun. So we monitored the situation. We watched. We're grateful that we were going on the other side of the country. I think if we had been closer to Puerto Vallarta, we would have been really considering canceling.
And I do have some friends that are there right now. They've been rebooked to come home on Saturday. So fingers crossed that they get home safely. They were told to stay indoors and things like that.
We also talked to one woman who was on a flight to Puerto Vallarta on Sunday when it was diverted, turned around. She came back here to Toronto. That trip was canceled, and she rebooking all those passengers, are they?
Now, Megan, based on the conversations that you were able to have, we know that a lot of travelers are sort of weighing the options when it comes to whether or not to carry on with their flight. So what are the airlines then telling those customers who have travel coming up and might be thinking twice now?
Well, since this all started evolving on Sunday, most major airlines did introduce what they call flexible change policies, so people could change their flights, delay their trips if they are traveling to Mexico in the next couple of days. But these policies vary depending on the airline, and they're only in effect for a very limited period. Some of the airlines only offering those flexible change policies until today or tomorrow, for example. Some of them are a bit longer until the weekend. Some companies are saying to their customers that they can cancel their trips but not necessarily get a full refund. They would get a travel credit. WestJet is saying on their website that for passengers who incurred extra costs, for example, people that were stuck in Mexico and have to pay for hotels a bit longer, that they will consider reimbursement claims. That doesn't guarantee people will get reimbursed, but they'll at least consider those claims. So again, depends on the airline, what their policies are, and people should be aware of the travel warnings that are still in place from the Canadian government in terms of the security situation in Mexico. Canadians being told there were no major security incidents yesterday, but it's possible they could happen again. So people should keep that in mind
Thank you for this. This is CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick at Toronto's Pearson International Airport. Well, today marks a somber milestone for the people of Ukraine. It's been 4 years since Russia launched its full-scale invasion, and the federal government in this country is marking the anniversary by announcing new sanctions against Russia and new assistance for Ukraine. We've got a live report from Ottawa on that just ahead, but here's how the day unfolded in Kyiv. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and his wife attended a multi-faith prayer service this morning, and outside, all across Ukraine, a national minute of silence was held. Soldiers lowered flags and traffic and pedestrians came to a standstill. While today is a significant anniversary, this is actually a daily ritual in Ukraine, written into law in 2022. The moment honors soldiers and civilians killed in what has been Europe's deadliest conflict since the
Got to go to the doctor.
Volodymyr Zelensky addressed the European Parliament in Brussels by video today. He said Ukraine has defended its independence and preserved its statehood, and he urged allies to maintain sanctions on Russia. Zelensky also called for security guarantees to membership in the European Union. And as we mentioned, the current government has announced new sanctions against Russia and new assistance for Ukraine. So for more on all of that, let's bring in the CBC's Janice McGregor. She's live in Ottawa. So Janice, what is this additional support that Canada is providing?
Strong moral support as well as material support. If you were in downtown Ottawa last night, you would have seen Parliament Hill lit up blue and yellow. Notice the Foreign Affairs Minister this morning wearing blue and yellow. We're going to see other kind of symbolic gestures over the course of the day, recognizing this difficult anniversary for the people of Ukraine, but also a couple of ministers, as well as the Prime Minister, stopping on his way into Cabinet this morning to express Canada's solidarity with this fight, and also suggest that Canada is very much in this for the long haul, announcing new ways that Canada is going to be supporting Ukraine in this war. Take a listen.
What? Granny and Papa going to the doctor, Ken. I gotta go tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to the doctor. Okay, you pull this out. You don't put it back. I know they have to squeeze out of here now. You gotta be considerate of them. Where you at? We'll get something in a minute. But Kim ain't gonna let me lay down and rest. My head hurting. She done tore all them clothes out all over that room.
I'ma whoop your ass.
Spring clean.
You better get that stuff up.
I did. Oh, Lord. I took a picture of what she did. I mean, she pulled clothes out like she screen clean. You know, stuff them drawers. It's yours.
Canada and the coalition. The willing we saw again last night.
She only told you
The violence we saw again. The arbitrary residential areas, energy rates, in Ukraine. It's a very difficult time.
Canada doesn't act alone when it comes to its support for Ukraine. You heard the Prime Minister referring to being on a meeting with the coalition of the willing this morning. Just to remind people, this is the group brought together, led by the UK and France, a lot of European countries represented, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, as well as Canada. Notably not the US. It is not a NATO group, although it includes a lot of NATO partners, allowing them to take specific actions in support of Ukraine, separate from the conversations it might be having with the Americans at NATO. A number of tangible ways to support Ukraine's military coming now as a result of these conversations. Canada announced it's extending Operation Unifier, that of course has been operating for years, helping to train and equip Ukraine's military. Canada providing an additional $2 billion in support for Ukraine's military, including, it was announced today, a purchase of 400 armored vehicles. This is a donation in kind on Canada's part to help with the ground war there. Mark Carney also reminding that Canada is the third largest donor to the Pearl air defense system, that of course so critical in this war, which has turned out to be very much one fought from the air. NATO on it announced that Canada's sanctions regime has also been tightened as of, well, online I can see it was the actual orders were as of February 19th, but announced today to mark this anniversary. Another 21 individuals sanctioned, another 54 Russian entities sanctioned, with a real focus on trying to crack down on Russia's energy sector, as you heard in those clips there. Make sure that Russia has no way to continue to pay for the war it's fighting against Ukraine.
So Janice, as we touched on there, certainly there is support from Canada and other allies for Ukraine, but also actions being taken against Russia. So let's dig a little bit deeper into how Ukraine's allies are targeting Russia's energy sector. What's the coalition doing on that front?
Yeah, trying to squeeze even harder. So among the sanctions just published, there are some 100 vessels from the Russian Shadow Fleet listed. Just to remind people, this is the kind of group of tankers, if you will, that continue to sort of move and try to move Russian oil resources to markets around the world. So important for Russia to be able to export its energy resources, to be able to have some income at this time. But significantly, these partner countries have agreed again to lower the oil price cap. It is now going to sit at $44.10 US. That's significant because a break-even point for Russian crude, I understand, might be about 50 to 60 US. That puts the Russian government in the position of having to sort of go to its budget resource, its wealth fund, it's sort of its spare resources, instead of being able to fund everything it needs to do as a government off of oil revenues as they continue to be squeezed and lower and lower. So a very important move in terms of cutting off the financial means to continue this war for Vladimir Putin. Mark Carney's statement today talked about this being a critical point where the possibility of peace is real, and these coalition partners wanting to do what they can to make that happen.
Janice, thanks for the latest on this. That is the CBC's Janice McGregor in Ottawa.
A massive cleanup is underway in eastern Newfoundland today. The province is digging out for more than 150 centimeters of snow that fell in recent days. Schools remain closed, and officials are urging people to stay off the roads. The CBC's Laura Howells has the latest from St. John's.
Well, it's warming up today, but we still have a lot of snow to deal with. It has been a very, very snowy winter here. In places near St. John's, they've seen more than 150 centimeters of snow in about a week. About this much snow, for perspective, since last Monday, so taller than me. It's been a really white winter here. St. John's is very close to breaking the record for the snowiest month ever reported. That record was set in 2000, so we may get there very soon. And all that leaves the question of where to put all this snow. I was talking to a snowplow driver earlier this morning in an industrial park. He piled up this massive mountain of snow and said, there's not a lot of space left.
This is the last one.
Start dumping snow into the St. John's Harbor, which hasn't been done in years. It's actually banned for pollution reasons, so we're waiting to see if they get the go-ahead on that. In the meantime, we're all crossing our fingers that there isn't another major snowstorm here in St. John's. Laura Howell, CBC News, St. John's.
From the outside, it looks like OpenAI had the opportunity to prevent this tragedy, to prevent this horrific loss of life. To prevent there from being dead children in British Columbia.
BC's premier is angry that OpenAI did not alert police about concerning posts made by Tumbleridge shooter Jesse Van Ritzelar before the mass shooting. That information was first reported by the Wall Street Journal.
I am trying to figure out how it could be possible that a large group of staff within an organization could bring this kind of information forward and ask the police to be called, and the decision being made not to do that.
OpenAI, the American company behind ChatGPT, on February 11th, the day after one of China's worst mass shootings. The meeting had already been scheduled to discuss the company's interest in opening a Canadian office. The shooter's identity had been made public, but Eby says OpenAI did not tell them it had banned Van Rensselaer's account. OpenAI says it reached out to police immediately after the shooter's name was made public. The RCMP says Van Rensselaer shot and killed 8 people in Tumbler Ridge, including her mother, half-brother, as well as 5 children and an education assistant at Tumbler Ridge Secondary School. She then killed herself. The federal AI minister says he summoned OpenAI's safety team to Ottawa.
I want them to give us details of what their protocols are, what they are specifically in Canada, because Canadians demand safety.
Solomon would not say if the government would use legislation to better regulate AI companies, but notes all options are on the table. Eby says any such law should come from Ottawa. BC's opposition wants to see more details.
Obviously, there's a really important balance that needs to be struck between the privacy rights of Canadians and the desire to try to get ahead of situations like this.
Both the federal and provincial governments have paused bills that would hold social media companies accountable for harms that they cause. But those bills do not specifically cover AI companies. Katie DeRosa, CBC News, Victoria.
Is the unpredictability of moderate to severe Crohn's
I can't comment.
and its disruptive symptoms getting in the way? It's time to make a change. Have the Omvo Convo. Tell your doctor how you really feel. Omvo provides rapid symptom relief as early as 6 weeks. Delivers remission in many people at 1 year, with most of them still in remission at 2 years, and is proven to help reduce fatigue. Don't use if allergic to Omvo. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Omvo may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Before treatment, your doctor will screen for TB. Omvo may cause liver problems. Tell your doctor if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Ask your doctor to learn more. Change how you live with Crohn's. Have the Omvo Convo today. Is the unpredictability of moderate to severe UC, I can't make it, and its disruptive symptoms getting in the way? It's time to make a change. Have the Omvo Convo. Tell your doctor how you really feel. People taking Omvo experienced rapid symptom relief at week 3, and many people achieved remission at 1 year, with most of them still in remission at 3 years. And some experience no to minimal bowel urgency. Don't use if allergic to Omvo. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Omvo may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Before treatment, your doctor will screen for TB. Omvo may cause liver problems. Tell your doctor if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Ask your doctor to learn more. Change how you live with UC. Have the Omvo Convo today.
Donald Trump's new global tariff takes effect today at a rate of 10%. It replaces his previous emergency tariffs, which the U.S. Supreme Court struck down last week. Tonight, Trump will be front and center in one of the most important events on the U.S. political calendar, the State of the Union address. He is promising a long speech, and he will deliver it as polls show more and more Americans disapprove of the job he's doing in office. The CBC's Katie Nicholson joins us now to tee up tonight's speech. Katie, what is at stake for Trump as he makes this address?
Well, I think the stakes are high for the U.S. president because, as you say, he's underwater in many metrics across many different polls, in some cases by double digits since last year. And that includes some of the issues that really propelled him into office, the economy and immigration. So Donald Trump is going to have to convince a skeptical American public that he has a plan for affordability, a concept you may remember he's mocked at times throughout this past year. And he has to help kick off messaging for Republicans who are seeking re-election in this midterm cycle coming up in November. So White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, she says the speech is going to draw on themes of the U.S.'s 250th anniversary and highlight what they see as the administration's wins. Here's Caroline Leavitt.
You're going to hear the president share the stories of everyday Americans who have benefited from his policies. You're going to hear the president share tear-jerking stories of American heroes, past and present, who really exemplify what it means to be a patriotic American. He'll obviously tout the administration's accomplishments over the past year, and he will, of course, lay out a very ambitious agenda, I think, for the working people of this country to make America more affordable and prosperous and safe, and make the American dream more attainable.
Of course, Andrew, this is Donald Trump. He is also a showman. He likes to go off script and play the crowd, so we'll see how disciplined that messaging is. And of course, it's also expected to be a very long speech. And he may also veer into his displeasure around the Supreme Court decision on tariffs. Some Republican leaders, however, today are really trying to underscore the messaging that they're hoping people take away from this speech ahead of the State of the Union, including themes of getting the country back on track.
And many Democrats plan to boycott Trump's speech, with some even planning to attend counter events. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, and there's a couple of events billed as counter programming at the State of the Union tonight. One actually here in this building, the National Press Building. That's starting at 7 o'clock tonight. It's going to be attended by lawmakers slipping out of the State of the Union in protest. These are events that are organized by the groups. So the one here in the building tonight, the National Press Building, featuring names like Robert De Niro, Stacey Abrams, is called State of the Swamp. Some of the organizers included you might remember from the anti-ICE protests in and there's another one that kicks off tonight around 8:30, not far from the Capitol, called the People's State of the Union. It's out on the National Mall. That's where you're going to see another about a dozen Democratic sort of lawmakers. People are going to be going between different events, including Representative Robert Garcia from California. He explains why he wanted to go to the counter event.
It's important to show the American public that someone that has led the single most corrupt government in U.S. history, there has to be action against that. I think a lot of you are going to talk about that. And at the same time, there are going to be folks who are going to be there, and they're going to also show in solidarity with a lot of the guests that are going to be there.
And not surprisingly, among the others expected at that event tonight, Senator Tina Smith from Minnesota, of course, where federal immigration officers killed 2 U.S. citizens in January. And the Trump administration's immigration crackdown, again, one of the many flashpoints being protested and highlighted tonight at all of these events. Of course, it is unusual to see counter-programming like this at the same time as the State of the Union, but it is not unusual to see points of protest. Just think of the address that Trump made last year to Congress, and there was a representative who started yelling and was swearing out during the Biden years. You might remember Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene and Warren Buffett attacking the president. And last year, we also saw a number of Democratic lawmakers at that joint address wearing shirts that had messages like resist and no kings and having paddles. So there may be some of that happening as well inside the chamber during the actual scene.
Katie, thank you. The CBC's Kate Nicholson live in Washington.
In the U.S., the family of the abducted senior, Nancy Guthrie, is making a new plea to her kidnappers today, and they're offering $1 million reward to anyone with information that brings their desperate search to an end. Marianne Demain is looking at this story so it's been 3 weeks since Nancy Guthrie went missing from her Arizona home. Tell us a little bit more about this development today.
Yeah, this latest video released by the family was posted on social media this morning just after 9 a.m. Eastern Time. In it, just her daughter, Savannah Guthrie, announcing that the family has increased its family reward to $1 million.
She may be lost. She may already be gone. She may have already gone home to the Lord that she loves. And is dancing in heaven with her mom and her dad and with her beloved brother Pierce and with our daddy. If this is what is to be, then we'll accept it. But we need to know where she is. We need her to come home. For that reason, we are offering a family reward of up to $1 million for any information that leads us to her recovery.
84-year-old Nancy Nancy Guthrie was reported missing from her home in Tucson, Arizona, February 1st. Investigators believe that she was taken against her will.
Now, Marianne, this case has had little breaks when we're talking about the investigation. Is there a sense that police are making any progress here?
If there has been any progress, investigators have not indicated that. At this point, they have not revealed anything about the identity of the suspect in this case, anything about a potential motive in this case. We do know that a big break in this case so far has been the surveillance video captured at the front of Nancy Guthrie's home. A masked person captured via surveillance video wearing gloves and also a distinctive backpack that investigators have said is exclusively sold at Walmart. They've been looking into that development. They also found a glove recently not far from Nancy Guthrie's home. They did a DNA test on that, but that also did not lead to a significant break in the case. We know that Nancy Guthrie's family members and those close to her have been cleared as people of interest in this investigation. So the question still remains, why was she taken against her will? And who are the suspects and what is the possible motive here? That is all still part of the investigation. The FBI saying at this point they have already received thousands of tips.
Thanks for this, Marianne. That's the CBC's Marianne Domingue reporting.
Well, Britain's House of Commons has approved the release of papers related to former Prince Andrew's appointment as a trade operator. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor is suspected of improperly passing on government information to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein during his decade in that role. Britain's leader of the opposition Liberal Democrat says it's time for transparency when it comes to the investigations into the former prince as well as Peter Mandelson. The former UK ambassador to the US is also facing allegations of impropriety.
Their association with Epstein and their actions on his behalf, while trusted with the privilege of public office, are a stain on our country. Today, we must begin to clean away that stain with the disinfectant of transparency.
The former prince was arrested last week on suspicion of misconduct in public office. He was released without charge and the investigation continues. Meanwhile, King Charles' younger brother was stripped of his princely title last year due to revelations about his relationship with Epstein. Mexican military has a huge presence in the country following the killing of El Mencho and the violence that erupted because of it. Journalist Katie Silver is tracking the latest on the ground in the country, and she joins us now live from Mexico City. So, Katie, the country's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, says that order has been largely restored. Is that the case from what you're seeing?
Yes, we actually just heard her reiterate that in her morning press conference that she gives every day, saying that yesterday seemed to be calm, hoping yesterday is going to be the same, and talking about the very significant troop presence that is around. We are seeing in general things coming back to life. This time yesterday, there certainly weren't as many cars out and about here in Mexico. Even in Mexico City, which of course is relatively far from the epicenter where all of this occurred. People are out and about again. We heard about 2,000 troops being deployed to the state police, about 10,000 overall across the country. It does seem that things are being
I know that. And Kelly, are you still concerned about further retaliatory violence?
That's very much part of the issue here, is that sometimes some elements of it would say, for example, the cartels can sometimes take a few days to regroup, to work out what the plan is. A few days, perhaps months. The problem there is that it depends exactly how long, if there is retributive violence coming up, it might take. But that is certainly top of mind of many people here in Mexico City, across the country, as well as, of course, the authorities. Part of this too is the fact that we saw those displays on Sunday, many saying especially cartel propaganda, where we saw very huge fires across the country. It showed their big geographical reach occurring in up to 20 states, some with a lot of influence, and of course all the way from the east to the west. Cartel or the National Guard. So in that sense, it has been contained, but there are fears of escalation and potential retribution might bring.
Thanks for this, Katie. That is journalist Katie Silver in Mexico City.
Megan Mahoney and her husband were wrapping up their vacation in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, emptying the fridge ahead of their flight when suddenly violence took the region and their flight home to Calgary canceled.
So we actually just packed our
where you are.
Violence broke out in the region Sunday after the killing of the leader of Mexico's most powerful organized crime group by the Mexican Special Forces. What followed was reactionary drug cartel violence that Mahoney saw through her Airbnb window.
It was frightening, yeah. And my husband, we watched a convenience store burn down. Less than half a kilometer away.
Just minutes earlier, her husband was planning on stopping by at that convenience store to get some items for Mahoney, who was pregnant in her second trimester.
Individually, of course, yes, being pregnant adds a layer of anxiety that I don't think I would feel otherwise. But my biggest concern is just that everybody gets out and gets home safely. I mean, this is such a beautiful place with such wonderful people, and it's sad to see something like this happen.
Some airlines are resuming flights from Puerto Vallarta to bring home the thousands of Canadians sheltering in place since Sunday.
Clearly, the unexpected can happen, but yes, I mean, there are so many of us who need to get out that, you know, I'm hopeful, and I'm sure that everybody is doing everything they can to try to get everyone out safely. So yeah, definitely some comfort there.
Julia Israel, CBC News, St. John's.
This photo is fake. It's been posted on social media claiming to show a panoramic view of Puerto Vallarta. If you drop the photo into Google Lens and click on about this image, it shows that it was made with Google AI. The church in the photo matches a real church in Puerto Vallarta, and this is how it looks if you search it on Google Earth. But the fire and smoke in the fake photo appear to be digitally modified. There are real photos and videos coming out of Puerto Vallarta after one of Mexico's most notorious drug lords was killed in a military raid, setting off a wave of violence across the country. Like this one posted by a travel guide page on Facebook, and this one that was filmed from an apartment balcony a few buildings away. It's important to look at where photos and videos are coming from. We also verify by speaking to the people who post them. We confirm with them directly that they are in Puerto Vallarta and that they recorded the videos themselves. If you're seeing other photos or videos that you think are fake, send us an email at ask@cbc.ca.
Dress or put it in a bag. Just put it on top of this stuff. Look, on top of this stuff. Put it on top of this stuff.
Hey, I need some different food.
I said we're gonna go in a minute to get some food, son. Did you hear that? You can eat that or not eat it. I ain't gonna put that in for you. You got money on your wallet? You want some dish? You want to go back and get I told you all on there. You might put something in my stomach right now. My stomach is burning.
Missiles by drones and cruise missiles and ballistic, more than 500 drones they had during one attack plus sometimes. This is the research now, and we are sure that will try to put them to pressure on Putin to stop this war or try to show that he is stopping oppositely of All wounded, difficult to wound, several tough attacks each night.
But despite all this, we are having talks with Russia and the United States. These are really difficult negotiations. There have been 3 rounds, and the Donbass remains really a sticking point. And the Russians insist that you see the territory that you still control. You refuse to do that. Do you still trust this process? Because it's been going on for a year now.
We don't need to trust or to trust. We just have to do our job. And our way, how to negotiate, is to speak. That's what the negotiation is for. If they will bring us to yes, we are enemies. But we understand that without negotiations, without dialogue, nobody can stop this war. We want this war. For today, United States tries, and I think President Trump can.
Do you think Donald Trump could?
I think politically, yes, because he is the president of the United States.
But are you going to make any compromise? What are you ready to do?
We are ready for compromises. When it goes about compromise, not about ultimatums from Russia. To withdraw without any kind of reasons, just to withdraw from our territory, our land, in our constitution, in the international law, our land, we control it. We control it. Just to withdraw, it's, I mean, it's between us. It's, yeah, we really support the idea of compromise. But the only thing we want to stop the war. Let's stay where we stay. And then find compromise without weapon, by dialogue of politician, by diplomacy. This is my opinion.
What are your citizens doing after this winter, Russia's war games last year? Are they willing to accept some compromise just for this war to end?
I think that people are ready for any compromises in which they don't lose dignity and independence of country. You can ask about compromise, but you have to do it with a respect to this nation, to any part of our territory, but to the people first of all.
Does it worry you that Ukraine is maybe a bit fading in people's mind because now there are other conflicts? There is Iran, there is Groenland. What is your message for people in Canada? What's your message to them?
First of all, one message to the people who support us. Thank you very much in the war in Canada. And what can I say? If we can count on continuation, we will be thankful because the war is not yet end. Yeah, it's not finished. So this is.
Why is it so important to continue to help Ukraine?
Because Putin will not stop. We are stopping Putin now. We have to recognize reality. Putin attacked us by missiles. His missiles already can go on 5,000 kilometers. In 3 years, people will have all the missiles 10,000 kilometers. Nobody is safe in the war. So if he can do it here, why he can't do it in other countries? Sometimes I speak with Americans that they don't believe that Putin can attack by their missiles any continent, including the United States. Now he is afraid of the United States. It's true, but it doesn't mean that he will always be afraid, and it doesn't mean that he will not do it.
You probably know that Canada's military industry is set for massive growth. Prime Minister Carney has announced more money for our military industry. Are you having discussions already with Canada?
All the respect to Prime Minister Carney, I like him really. I mean, I had so many years relation with Prime Minister Trudeau, and we had very good relation with Canada. But I really, Carney, we understood each other from the first day. So I'm very thankful to him understanding us.
Of course, Canada and other allied countries demand transparency regarding the aid granted to Ukraine. Some of your close associates have been arrested. They face charges of embezzlement. Some have been forced to resign. Have you finished cleaning up this mess, this corruption mess?
Look, you live in a war period. You will have a lot of challenges. And you will not finish today with it or tomorrow. The most important way that you have infrastructure fighting with such cases. That's it.
By the way, Donald Trump is asking you to have election, to hold election in Russia too. Are you gonna have that?
I'm ready. They have to give us ceasefire for election period.
A long ceasefire, 2 months.
Yeah, but how people can, how soldiers can go for elections if they don't give us? So how it can be?
Do you fear you can lose this war after all this?
Of course.
You can't.
Of course, I'm afraid that Ukraine will be alone, and it means that Ukraine will be difficult to survive. It's what does it mean to lose? To lose it means not to survive, just to lose your sovereignty, independence, people, and everything. In the war period, we have to
Hey, mister.
focus on unity, and only such way can bring us to peace, not to lose Ukraine.
Where collarbones crack, where hips break, where ACLs tear. Journavx meets pain where it starts. Journavx is a non-opioid tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain. So where ankles snap, where wrists twist, where bunions are cut, and where arms break, pain reduction can begin with Journavx. Do not take Journavx with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems, as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. Journavx may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes. Journavx meets pain where it starts. Ask your doctor about Journavx.
Why?
Let me ask you a question. How do you think the Canadian economy is doing right now? I think just about everybody would agree it's not in a very good place. The tariffs crashed into an already weak economy that was still struggling to find its feet. And now, in 8 of the last 11 months, the Canadian economy has gone small. You can see a pretty clear pattern emerge here. Through 2024, the economy started to look like it was beginning to show some signs of life. Then came Trump, tariffs, and threats, and the Canadian economy weakened yet further. You can see April, May, and June. In the second quarter of last year, the economy shrank. Then in June and again in September, the economy bounced back a little bit. Now we have numbers for October and November, and we'll get numbers for December this week. Remember, a recession is defined as just 2 back-to-back quarters of negative growth. The economy shrank in the second quarter, had a bit of a bounce back in the third quarter, and this week we'll get the final data to flesh out the fourth quarter to see if the Canadian economy grew or shrank to end 2025. But by a weird quirk of timing, all that negative growth through 2025 was punctuated at just the right moment. Canada avoid at least the technical definition of recession. The point here is that when we get this week's GDP numbers, they're going to tell us some really important things about the state of the Canadian economy. In a way, they might actually make it look stronger than it really is. A lot of Canadians feel like we're in the midst of a recession right now. We're not. We haven't met the technical definition of a recession. There's no question. They have every right to feel that way, given the way the Canadian economy has been performing this year. When you zoom in and look at the monthly numbers rather than the quarterly ones and see 8 of the last 11 months have seen the Canadian economy shrink, not grow, you can certainly understand why.
Dozens of legal staff who work on Indigenous matters here at the Department of Justice are at risk of being laid off.
The government plans to slash about 200 employees at Justice. So far, about 300 employees have been notified their jobs could be cut. CBC's tally of numbers provided by multiple unions show about 73 staff within the Indigenous Rights and Relations portfolio got that letter. That means more than 1 in 5 Justice staff that are affected work on this team, including lawyers, researchers, and other legal support staff. This unit serves as the government's legal backbone for Indigenous matters. The workers also help Canada follow through on its promises under the UN's Declaration on Indigenous Peoples' Rights.
Now is not the time to cut any support for this really important area of Indigenous consultation, Indigenous negotiation and rights.
This lawyer teaches Indigenous law at the University of Ottawa. She's previously worked as senior counsel at the Justice Department and warns significant cuts there will weaken consultations and Indigenous inclusion, especially with massive infrastructure projects on the horizon.
It's going to impact all of Canada because if we can't include the people that live there and have the knowledge and the traditional history in the area, in our infrastructure decisions, in our bills, in our new industries, in all of those decisions, we're not going to be confident. So it's going to hamper all of us.
Ontario Regional Chamber of Banking says he's concerned this will lead to slower progress on already small communities in disputes, but he also sees a strategic edge for First Nations.
Shift in negotiations to take advantage of different fresh perspectives at the table because me personally or perhaps other lawyers taking on more files.
And statements unions are criticizing Prime Minister Mark Carney's government, saying it's sacrificing reconciliation efforts by recklessly slashing jobs in critical programs. Another union representing lawyers is wondering if timely access to justice for Indigenous communities is going to be prioritized. The Department of Justice says all
company helps engineering teams collaborate on design, but Keating says it wouldn't be one of the fastest growing companies in North America, with almost 200 Morris Fund is trying to find the next collab, putting together its third venture fund targeting Newfoundland and Labrador. Starting in 2015, with government investing in Newfoundland tech. But that fund has already returned $1.50 for every dollar put in, and private investors are now putting in more government. There's more and more evidence that it's real, and I think that makes a lot of people that they want to be involved. To start building AI software to help financial advisors. Right now, they have a team of 3, and will soon be bringing on their first client. Seeing other startups succeed in Newfoundland and to build it. It creates almost a flywheel effect. We now have an ecosystem of people that have decades of experience in the tech industry that you can draw from. Rather than compete, companies help each other. Keating is next-generation companies, but Ms. Croft says that could be key to Newfoundland and Labrador's success.
That helps people learn from each other, and someone learns how to build a business or get funding, that information spread to other people.
The next big challenge is getting enough new workers for the growing companies. Your town CBC News, St. John.
Where collarbones crack, where hips break, where ACLs tear. Jernavix meets pain where it starts. Jernavix is a non-opioid tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain. It reduces pain symptoms before they reach the brain. So where ankles snap, where wrists twist, where bunions are cut, where arms break, pain reduction can begin. Jernavix with CBA inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems as these may increase side effects. About all your medicines if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. Jernavix may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and limited muscle weakness. Jernavix meets pain where it starts. Ask your doctor.
This yours too? Yeah, some I left back there. Leave it back there, it's dirty. Stuff dirty, gotta be washed off, the stuff we throw in.
Ukraine war 2 years ago. Her husband is still there, working the front lines as a guard.
Can't do it like that.
Alexandra says she's built a life in Saskatchewan and worries about how long she can stay. The recent changes to the Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program have reduced the number of people in
See the thing
Saskatchewan
blocked?
who will be granted
The driveway's blocked.
residency and be able to stay on the
Gotta
road.
be.
Now she's
Let me get out. Let me
extend the work
move you or something.
deadline.
I gotta get something. You know, we need to get something to eat. Shit, my stomach burning. Kim's up. Put my hand. I don't kill my head. My explode. You don't be quiet. Ooh, that dirty. That's right. Ooh. And they ain't, you know, I ain't getting no sleep. I can't even sit, I couldn't even lay down. My head is like it's bleeding. It's going up from my head down to my right here. But, where you going? I was in Park Right, where you Park Right? Oh,
So, place to go back to safe.
Stop feeling people. Oh. Where's John Plug?
Lived in Canada most of his life. At age 19, he returned to Ukraine.
Well, what?
He says the Students
You
Association.
better get up if you come. If you want to get something to eat, we spending your money today. Come on, big bang, man. Spend your money. Turn it right in the hallway. You know where the hallway is. Hold on, this one. Clean that room up. Don't worry about, clean your room up. Bitch, clean up your room. Why you worry about clean room? Your dad made that mess. But your dad made that mess. Ooh. Granny probably made that mess. Your dad did. Okay, you better get up and come on. Or else I'm just gonna get some and bring it back.
Returning home from the Winter Olympic Games, and many have gone back something extra an Olympic medal.
Get something, I mean, get up. You know, I'm just gonna go get something. Me and Kim, you ain't getting up. You getting up?
They're just so
Marky?
inspirational. It just shows that if you dream big, you can achieve
Hello?
it.
Okay, me and Kim gonna go by ourselves.
To get what?
I thought you said you want to get food. Why you not ready? I tell you, my stomach was my stomach burning, and the whole right side of my body is aching, like a bad headache.
It's really nice to see the faces that I've missed in the last few weeks and who weren't able to be there with us, but always returning.
Okay,
So,
Antonio.
really always nice to get that warm welcome.
Well, you.
And like I said, I always feel the love.
I'm just gonna pick up,
This was the
get
first
something,
of 4 athletes to
and
touch
bring it back.
in Ottawa. Up next, the 3 Canadian onward
And they'll go to
Brianne Jenner, Emily
Walmart. I'm having to pick up some turkey and get some. I can sloppy Joe and tater tots in the salad on the side or something. Hey, what are you gonna do? Kim, go find your hat. Me and you go. I ain't gonna wait on him. Go get what I'm getting. Now he said he wanted to get something to eat. I said if you don't get up, me and Kim can go. We can go by ourselves. You said you wanted something to eat. My stomach's burning. Yeah, you see him sitting there talking about, get what? I just pick up. I can pick up something.
But for Captain Brianne Jenner, something she's also looking forward to next, coming home and sharing the story with, you go to school visits and you share it with young kids, young Canadians, and hopefully see that spark maybe a future dream. Team Canada is coming home with 21 medals for the games, 5 gold, 7 silver, and 9
Eat
bronze.
something and then get
Paralympics
a
begin
sandwich things.
at the
Okay, I
Olympics
need you to take them,
continues
all this stuff hanging on the side and pull it to the back.
Clown.
Keep your hat on. Put your hat back on your head. Now all this hair hanging around the back, in the sides, gather it up.
International Curling Bonspiel this past
I'm gonna have you stick it in the ponytail holder. That one on the side. Go in the bathroom and look in the mirror. You should just got a ponytail holder and grab all that hair and pull it to the back into one ponytail holder and it'll be fine. Go get a ponytail holder, Kim.
from across the territory and a few
Go get a ponytail holder, Kim.
and joined in the battle of the band's theme.
So I can show you how you can fix it right now.
Nova Scotia curl with us. So it's really nice to have them up here. They were the ones that taught me how to curl
Yeah, look at this girl,
12 or
it's
so
2
years
tails.
ago. And then I moved up here and kept going.
More elaborate than others, but almost had by everyone involved.
They're talking about changing. They're talking about they need to change the name of this sport curling. It should be called stone, ice stone. Yeah.
They get a little bit in the way, and they popped out of me when I was trying to get the slip on, and I had to eventually abandon my bust to be able to curl yesterday.
I know you did.
We're beautiful. We spew love. Up, down, left, right, goodness. Select, start, infinite lives. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. What is better?
Some traditions that have stuck out is the winning team from any match buying a round for the losing one. And if you hog the walk too much,
Janelle, the way she look how she looking. You know something is up with her. She looking real mysterious, like she gonna
We don't curl
take
up
over
with
something.
Kids now, so we come out and play the Bonspiel once a year, and it's real fun, to get out there and get your blood going a little bit, the nerves get going, and you have to make a big shot.
It's gonna barely kick in. The blue and white, the nerve, the vitamins, these vitamins, they'll kick in.
steer's wheel, but bonus half for all those adopted on Bonspiel and It's Greasy, CBC News, Dawson City.
The facts that matter from the source you can trust, the National Cannabis Newscast.
Hi, I'm Rasheen Shmarla with CBC News. Here's a look at some of the big stories across Canada and around the world.
Commercial flights to and from Mexico are back in the air today, bringing home stranded Canadians. Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister now says at least 55,000 Canadians are currently in that country, twice the number of registered Canadians reported just yesterday. On the ground in Mexico, a huge military presence is in place at the site of the military operation where drug kingpin Al Mencha was
All
killed
the
on
t-shirt
Sunday.
masks. She told me, why my daddy got all this stuff in the cupboard? I said, girl, put that ain't your dad's stuff in the cupboard. Talking about all the trash in that purse. So much you got that stuff in her purse. She's doing, why my daddy got all this stuff in here? You see that junk on the bed, tissue and mask dumped in that purse. I said, you're not taking that old lady purse, that antique purse, you say that for church. Take the other purse, take some of the trash out. Why you gotta have your money in a bag? And okay, okay, you're still gonna have to wait. I'll be back in just a minute.
Wait, where you going?
Shut up. Do you hear this? Do you hear him? Now, how many times I asked him to get up? He told me, wait, where you going?
I ran out the door.
I am. Yes. I'll bring you some right back.
Started Sunday and continued today. We know Air Canada is sending bigger planes to Puerto Vallarta in order to help bring passengers home from there. These flights were canceled, so they're working on adding capacity to get people home faster. It's not clear currently how many total passengers have been impacted by all these cancellations. I reached out to the airlines. I know from Flair Airlines on Sunday alone, 600 people were impacted. Airline on one day, so that's just a glimpse of how many hundreds of passengers have been impacted in the last couple of days. We've been talking to people here at Terminal 3 as they arrive for their flights. Didn't get a chance to speak to anyone departing for Puerto Vallarta, but did meet people traveling to Cancun. And some people think they're still a bit nervous about going to the country, even though Cancun's not close to Puerto Vallarta. But some people are telling me they have friends in the area there. Here's a little bit of what I've been hearing.
I think when you travel anywhere, there's always, you're a little apprehensive, a little worried about the safety, especially, like I said, traveling with young kids. So I think a little bit more than usual. We were a bit concerned. Obviously, we're traveling with a big group and kids, but we're really looking forward to it to get away into the sun. So we monitor the situation, we watch. We're grateful that we are going on the other side of the country. I think if we had been closer to Puerto Vallarta, we would have been really considering canceling.
And I do have some friends that are there right now. They've been rebooked to come home on Saturday. So fingers crossed that they get home safely. They were told to stay indoors and things like that.
We also talked to one woman who was on a flight to Puerto Vallarta on Sunday when it was diverted, turned around. She came back here to Toronto. That trip was canceled, and she rebooked a totally different vacation for Bahamas. So quite the travel adventures for some people in the last couple days. A lot of uncertainty for passengers as well, and for the airlines. The task now getting things back on track and working their way through the backlog of cancellations and rebooking all those passengers are being.
Now, Megan, based on those conversations that you were able to have, we know that a lot of travelers are sort of weighing the options when it comes to whether or not to carry on with their flight. So what are the airlines then telling those customers who have travel coming up and might be thinking twice now?
Well, since this all started evolving on Sunday, all of those major airlines did introduce what they call flexible change policies, so people could change their flights, delay their trips if they are traveling to Mexico in the next couple of days. But these policies vary depending on the airline and are only in effect for a very limited period. Some of the airlines only offering those flexible change policies until today or tomorrow, for example. Some of them are a bit longer until the weekend. Some companies are saying to their customers that they can cancel their trips but not necessarily get a full refund. They would get a travel credit. WestJet is saying on their website that for passengers who incurred extra costs, for example, people that were stuck in Mexico and have to pay for hotels a bit longer, that they will consider reimbursement claims. That doesn't guarantee people will get reimbursed, but they'll at least consider those claims. So again, depends on the airline, what their policies are, and people should be aware of the travel warnings that are still in place from the Canadian government in terms of the security situation in Mexico. Canadians being told there were no major security incidents yesterday, but it's possible
Thank you for this. This is CBC's Megan Fitzpatrick at Toronto's Pearson International Airport. Well, today marks a somber milestone for the people of Ukraine. It's been 4 years since Russia launched its full-scale invasion, and the federal government in this country is marking the anniversary by announcing new sanctions against Russia and new assistance for Ukraine. We've got a live report from Ottawa on that just ahead, but here's how the day unfolded in Kyiv. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and his wife attended a multi-faith prayer service this morning, and outside, all across Ukraine, a national minute of silence was held. Soldiers lowered flags and traffic and pedestrians came to a standstill at 9 a.m. local time. While today is a significant anniversary, in fact, this is actually a daily ritual in Ukraine, written into law in 2022. The moment honors soldiers and civilians killed in what has been Europe's deadliest conflict since the Second World War.
The coalition of the willing has already brought together European nations, the United States, Canada, Japan, and others. Please help give real substance to the work of the coalition of the willing and truly be willing to end this war.
Volodymyr Zelensky addressed the European Parliament in Brussels by video today. He said Ukraine has defended its independence and preserved its statehood, and he urged allies to maintain sanctions on Russia. Zelensky also called for security guarantees, including a clear path to membership in the European Union. And as we mentioned, the Carney government has announced new sanctions against Russia and new assistance for Ukraine. So for more on all of that, let's bring in the CBC's Janice McGregor. She's live in Ottawa. So Janice, what is this additional support that Canada is providing?
And it's moral support as well as material support. If you were in downtown Ottawa last night, you would have seen Parliament Hill lit up blue and yellow. Notice the Foreign Affairs Minister this morning wearing blue and yellow. We're going to see other kind of symbolic gestures over the course of the day, recognizing this difficult anniversary for the people of Ukraine, but also a couple of ministers as well as the Prime Minister stopping on into Canada this morning to express Canada's solidarity with this fight and also suggest that Canada is very much in this for the long haul, announcing new ways that Canada is going to be supporting Ukraine in this war. Take a listen.
In the middle of winter, Ukraine is suffering because of the extreme cold. It is for that reason that our sanctions are focusing, as they did with the oil cap, on ensuring that we're supporting Ukraine's energy sector.
There was a meeting this morning, very early this morning, of the coalition willing to participate in, including President Zelensky, chaired by President Macron, pardon me, and Prime Minister Starmer. 4 years on, Russia is failing militarily, strategically, and economically. And we are in it for the long term. Canada and the coalition of the willing saw again last night. Also saw again the arbitrary targeting of residential areas, energy grids, and beyond in Ukraine. It's a very difficult time for people in Ukraine right now. It's a very cold time.
Canada doesn't act alone when it comes to its support for Ukraine. You heard the Prime Minister referring to being on a meeting with the coalition of the meeting of the willing this morning. Just to remind people, this is the group brought together, led by the UK and France, a lot of European countries represented, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, as well as Canada.
Hello.
It is not a NATO group, although it includes a lot of NATO partners, allowing them to take specific actions in support of Ukraine, separate from the conversations it might be having with the Americans at NATO. A number of tangible ways to support Ukraine's military coming now as a result of these conversations. Canada announced it's extending Operation Unify, that of course has been operating for years, helping to train and equip Ukraine's military. Canada providing an additional $2 billion in support to Ukraine's military, including, it was announced today,
What your cash app doing?
armored vehicles. This is a donation in kind to help with the ground there. Mark Carney also reminding that Canada is the largest donor to the
Oh, God, just got a hookah. He just called me and woke me up, shit. He just called me and woke me up. He's supposed to be putting motor in his car, my cousin's car. In front of the house, boy, that nigga ain't been over in 2 days.
Make sure that Russia has no way to continue to pay.
Yeah, well, he came over the other day and
So Janice,
when
as
we
we touched
dropping
on
that,
there,
putting
certainly
that
increased support, more
board,
support
and we taking that
allies for Ukraine, but also
putting them, pulling them motor mounts off the car, and he did that.
Ukraine's allies are targeting Russia's energy sector. What's the
He
coalition
called me
doing?
while I woke me up, told him I called him when I got up. She gotta get rid of her baggage. She got to breathe through it. So that she got to heal something.
If you will, that continue to sort of move and try to move Russian oil resources.
Are you healed? That's the thing.
It's so important for Russia to be able to export its energy resources to be able to have some income at this time. But significantly,
You got to hurt before you can heal.
to lower the oil price cap. It is now going to sit at
You know you got to hurt before you can heal.
cents US.
You got it's a process you go through when you break up.
For Russian crude, I understand why people
It's a process you go through when you break up.
government in the position of having to sort of grow its budget resource, its wealth fund, it's sort of its spare resources instead of being able to.
Well, there's some people already know if they wait to move on. I mean, you got to understand that.
Squeeze and lower and lower. So a very important move in terms of cutting off the.
I'm gonna hide there. As long as I get in touch with him. Okay. You want me to give his number to him?
Janice, thanks for the latest on this. That is the CBC Janice.
Okay, but I'll bring him over when I get a chance. As soon as I get a chance, we'll put it together. Smoke along. You know, Chris. You know, Chris. Huh? When? You ain't do it on this phone. Oh, you come on other way. You come on other way.
This tragedy, this horrific loss again. To get that there from the dead children in Colombia.
That information was first reported by the Wall Street Journal.
Trying to figure out how it could be possible that a large group of staff within an organization began to come forward and ask that they speak out. And the decision being made to do that.
OpenAI, the American company behind ChatGPT, met with an official in the Premier's office on February 11th, the day after one of Canada's worst mass shootings.
what they are specifically in Canada, because Canadians demand safety.
Solomon would not say that the government would use legislation to better regulate AI companies, but notes all options are on the table. He says any such law is currently otherwise. BC's opposition wants to see more details.
Obviously, there's a really important balance that needs to be struck between the privacy rights of Canadians and the desire to try to have a situation where
social media companies accountable for harms that they cause, but those bills do not specifically cover AI companies. Katie DeRosa, CBC News, Victoria.
Tonight, Trump will be front and center of one of the most important events on the U.S. political calendar, the State of the Union address. He is promising a long speech, and he will deliver it as polls show more and more Americans disapprove of his outgoing in office. The CBC's Katie Nicholson joins us now to tee up tonight's speech. Katie, what is at stake for Trump as he makes this address?
disciplined that messaging is, and of course it's also expected to be a very long speech. And he may also veer into his displeasure around the Supreme Court decision on tariffs,
Some Republican leaders, however, today are really trying to underscore the messaging that they're hoping people take away from this speech ahead of the State of the Union, including themes of getting the country back on track.
And many Democrats plan to boycott Trump's speech. We saw the Democrats planning to attend counter events. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, there's a couple of events that are programming at the State of the Union tonight. One actually here in this building, the National Press Building, that starts at about 7 o'clock tonight.
Don't you want to get out of the house?
A dozen or so Democratic lawmakers slipping out of the State of the Union in protest or not attending at all. These are events that are organized by left-leaning groups. So the one here in the building tonight, in the National Press Building, that's going to be featuring names like Robert Niro, Mark Ruffalo, Stacey Abrams. It's called State of the Swamp. Some of the organizers include those frogs you might remember from the anti-ICE protests in Portland. And there's another one that kicks off tonight about 8:30, not far from the Capitol, called the People's State of the Union, out in the National Mall. That's where you're going to see another about a dozen Democratic sort of lawmakers. People are going to be going between different events, including Representative Robert Garcia from California. He explains why he wanted to go to the counter event.
It's important to show the American public that someone that has led the single most corrupt government in U.S. history, there has to be action against that. I think a lot of us are going to talk about that. And at the same time, there are going to be folks who are going to be there, and they're going to also show in solidarity with a lot of the guests that are going to be there.
And not surprisingly, among the others expected at that event tonight, Senator Tina Smith from Minnesota, of course, where federal immigration officers killed 2 U.S. citizens in January. And the Trump administration's immigration crackdown, again, one of the many flashpoints being protested and highlighted tonight at all of these events. Of course, it is unusual to see counter-programming like this at the same time as the State of the Union, but it is not unusual to see moments of protest. Just think of the address that Trump made last year to Congress, and there was a representative who started heckling and was escorted out. During the Biden years, you might remember Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert heckling the president. And last year, we also saw a number of Democratic lawmakers at that joint address wearing shirts that had messages like resist and no kings and having paddles. So there may be some of that happening as well inside the chamber during the actual State of the Union.
Katie, thank you. The CBC's Katie Nicholson live in Washington.
In the U.S., the family of the abducted senior Nancy Guthrie is making a new plea to her kidnappers today, and they're offering $1 million reward to anyone with information that brings their desperate search to an end. Marianne Demain is looking at this story for us. So it's been 3 weeks since Nancy Guthrie went missing from her Arizona home. Tell us a little bit more about this development today.
Yeah, this latest video released by the family was posted on social media this morning just after 9 a.m. Eastern time. In it, just her daughter, Savannah Guthrie, announcing that the family has increased its family reward to $1 million.
She may be lost. She may already be gone. She may have already gone home to the Lord that she loves and is dancing in heaven with her mom and her dad and with her beloved brother Pierce and with our daddy. And if this is what is to be, then we will accept it. But we need to know where she is. We need her to come home.
Please leave your message.
For that reason, we are offering a family reward of up to $1 million for any information that leads us to her recovery.
84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was reported missing from her home in Tucson, Arizona, February 1st. Investigators believe that she was taken against her will.
Now, Marianne, this case has had little breaks when we're talking about the investigation. Is there a sense that police are making any progress here?
If there has been any progress, investigators at this point they do not reveal anything about the identity of the suspect in this case, anything about a potential motive in this case. The main break in this case so far has been the surveillance video at the front of Nancy Guthrie's home. A masked person captured via surveillance video, wearing gloves, and also a distinctive backpack that investigators have said is exclusively sold at Walmart. They've been looking into that development. They also found a glove recently not far from Nancy Guthrie's home did a DNA test on that, but that also did not lead to a significant break in the case. We know that Nancy Rapper's family members and those close to her have been cleared as people of interest in this investigation. So the question still remains, why was she taken against her will? And who are the suspects and what is the possible motive here? That is all still part of the investigation. The FBI saying at this point they have already received thousands of tips.
Thanks for this, Marianne. That's the CBC's Marianne Deneen reporting.
Well, Britain's House of Commons has approved the release of papers related to former Prince Andrew's appointment as a trade envoy. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor is suspected of improperly passing on government information to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein during his decade in that role. Britain's leader of the opposition, Liberal Democrat, says it's time for transparency when it comes to the investigations into the former prince, as well as Peter Mandelson. The former UK ambassador to the US is also facing allegations of impropriety.
Their association with Epstein and their actions on his behalf, while trusting the privilege of public office, are a stain on our country. Today, we must begin to clean away that stain with a disinfectant of transparency.
The former prince was arrested last week on suspicion of misconduct in public office. He was released without charge and the investigation continues. Meanwhile, King Charles' younger brother was stripped of his princely title last year due to revelations about his relationship with Epstein. Mexican military has a huge presence in the country following the killing of El Mencho and the violence that erupted because of it. Journalist Katie Silver is tracking the latest on the ground in the country, and she joins us now live from Mexico City. So, Katie, the country's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, says that order has been largely restored. Is that the case from what you're seeing?
Yes, we actually just heard her reiterate that in her morning press conference that she gives every day, saying that yesterday seemed to be calmer, hoping that today was going to be the same, and talking about the very significant troop presence that is around. We are seeing, in general, things coming back to life. This time yesterday, there certainly weren't as many cars out and about here in Mexico. It was even in Mexico City, which of course is relatively far from the epicenter of where all of this occurred. People are out and about again. We've heard, of course, about 2,000 troops being deployed to the state of Jalisco, about 10,000 overall across the country. It does seem that things are getting back to life again.
I know. And Janet, are there still concerns of further retaliatory violence?
That's very much part of the issue here, is that sometimes some analysts I've been speaking with say, for example, the cartels can sometimes take a few days to regroup, to work out what their plan is. A few days, perhaps months. The problem there is that nobody knows exactly how long, if there is retributive violence coming, how long it might take. But that is certainly top of mind of many people here in Mexico City, across the country, as well as, of course, the authorities. Part of this, too, is the fact that we saw those displays on Sunday, many saying that's basically cartel propaganda, where we saw very huge fires across the country. It showed their big geographical reach occurring in up to 20 states, some level of influence, and of course all the way from the east to the west. And so that so far has been relatively contained. It's been burnt trucks, burnt cars, and the deaths have primarily been either members of the cartel or the National Guard. So in that sense, it has been contained, but there are fears of escalation and what a potential retribution might bring.
Thanks for this, Katie. That is journalist Kate Silver in Mexico City.
Megan Mahoney and her husband were wrapping up their vacation in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, emptying the fridge ahead of their flight, when suddenly, violence took the region, and their flight home to Calgary canceled.
So we had actually just packed our bags to head to the airport, ready to fly home, and we were connected to France, so staying about 10 minutes away from here, saying, like, stay where you are.
Violence broke out in the region Sunday after the killing of the leader of Mexico's most powerful organized crime group by the Mexican Special Forces. What followed was reactionary drug cartel violence that Mahoney saw through her Airbnb window.
It was frightening, yeah. My husband, we watched a convenience store burn down less than half a kilometer away.
Just minutes earlier, her husband was planning on stopping by at that convenience store to get some items for Mahoney, who is pregnant in her second trimester.
Individually, of course, yes, being pregnant adds a layer of anxiety that I don't think I would feel otherwise, but I my biggest concern is just that everybody gets out and gets home safely. I mean, this is such a beautiful place with such wonderful people, and it's sad to see something like this happen.
Some airlines are resuming flights from Puerto Vallarta to bring home the thousands of Canadians sheltering in place since Sunday.
Clearly, the unexpected can happen, but yes, I mean, there are so many of us needing to get out that, you know, I'm hopeful, and I'm sure that authorities and the governments are doing everything they can to try to get everyone out safely. So yeah, definitely some comfort there.
Julia Israel, CBC News, St. John's.
This photo is fake. It's been posted on social media claiming to show a panoramic view of Puerto Vallarta. If you drop the photo into Google Lens and click on About This Image, it shows that it was made with Google AI. The church in the photo matches a real church in Puerto Vallarta, and this is how it looks if you search it on Googler. But the fire and smoke in the fake photo appear to be digitally modified. There are real photos and videos coming out of Puerto Vallarta after one of Mexico's most notorious drug lords was killed in a military raid, setting off a wave of violence across the country. Like this one posted by a travel guide page on Facebook, and this one that was filmed from an apartment balcony a few buildings away. It's important to look at where photos and videos are coming from. We also verify by speaking to the people who post them. We confirm with them directly that they are in Puerto Vallarta and that they recorded the videos themselves. If you're seeing other photos or videos that you think are fake, send us an email at ask@cbc.ca.
I'm in my own head. What the heck are you talking about? I think I got away with something that I shouldn't have. See that brand new holiday Santa pig? Yeah. Anything. Finish that bucket on your own. Practice makes perfect.
Enjoy your new car.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye. Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 3.99% APR for 60 months, or lease a Hyundai Elantra for $219 a month. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Hi, this is Daniel Morgan. You gonna keep my walks now? No. Not this. Yeah, I'm all about Maddox La Casita. The multi-class games, every spin feels like pure luck. What's better than non-stop fun? Hype spins and bonus ones. Taste. But that's about it. And with so many thrilling slide choices, you'll never run out of chances to spin and win big. You know those games where they drown you in ads and never get back? Nah, or me. Both Maddox La Casino, no ads, and of course, in big cash. Download Maddox La Casino and tap it up now.
This place looks particularly system has been under attack. Is this one of the most difficult for your
This is the biggest challenge now, and we are sure that Putin doesn't want to stop. Of course, I will have communication with Americans and will try to push down to pressure on Putin to stop this war or try to show that he is stopping. Now he's showing opposite of the things. But
Because it's a war that's really targeting civilians.
Thousands of them, hundreds of them being killed during this winter or wounded, difficulty wounded. So tough attacks each time.
But despite all this, we are having talks with Russia and the United States. These are see the territory that you still control. You refuse to do that.
Street body hella t-shirt. Body hella t-shirt, hella tip me never narrow. I could take you out your Lulu, I could take you out your alibi. Your face could look pretty, love a brown and love my lout. Like my baddie with big energy, you tryna be my lout. You look sexy in the street. Body hella t-shirt, hella tip me never narrow. I could take you out your Lulu, I could take you out your alibi. Your face could look pretty, love a brown and love my lout. Like my baddie with big energy, you tryna be my lout.
Our land in our constitution. Our land, we control it. Just to withdraw, it's, I mean, it's between us. It's,
So many years. Yeah, that can be a range. Right now, we're going and I want to break. I kept telling you that. I know. I do
Keep the money flipping. It's all I know. Out of prison for all I know.
All the power. And once you click that out, there ain't no power coming to that box. Other than that break. Once that breaker is off, then you got basis to move those breaks.
Can I hear the my baby, my Valentine? Yeah. Can I hear the keep my temperature the rise? Okay, I need a sickness that'll dumb me. I need a mistress calling mommy. She looking vicious when she on me. I want you on me like Murakami. I need a sickness that'll dumb me. I need a mistress calling mommy. She looking vicious when she on me. I want you on me like Murakami. I need a sickness that'll dumb me. I need a mistress calling mommy. She looking vicious when she on me. I want you on me like Murakami.
Get the master to become a master electrician. I think 4 years to be a master electrician, but just to be an electrician, journeyman, or helper. You gotta be a master, you're like a master woman. You respect your own wife.
Sweat you out your motherfucking mind. Take it as a sign. Cause for this next line, you gotta look me in my eye. If you think I'ma sweat you out your motherfucking mind. Take it as a sign. Cause for this next line, you gotta look me in my eye. If you think I'ma sweat you out your motherfucking mind. Take it as a sign. Cause for this next line, you gotta look me in my eye. If you think I'ma sweat you out your motherfucking mind. Take it as a sign. Cause for this next line, you gotta look me in my eye. If you think I'ma sweat you out your motherfucking mind. Take it as a sign. Cause for this next line, you gotta look me in my eye. If you think I'ma sweat you out your motherfucking mind. Take it as a sign. Cause for this next line, you gotta look me in my eye. If you think I'ma sweat you out your motherfucking mind. Take it as a sign. Cause for this next line, you gotta look me in my eye.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Just say that.
Get legal then, nigga.
Just say that. Just say that. Just say that.
Ask you a question. How do you think the Canadian economy is doing right now? I think just about everybody.
Just say that.
Place. The tariffs crashed into an already weak economy and still struggling.
Just say that.
And now, in 8 of the last 11 months, the Canadian economy has gotten small. You can see a pretty clear
Just say that.
emerge. Through 2024, the economy started to look like it was beginning to show some signs of life. And
Just say that.
tariffs. The Canadian economy weakened yet further. You can see April, May, and June.
Just say that.
Quarter of last year, the economy shrank. Then in June and again in September, the economy bounced back a little bit.
Just say that.
Numbers for October, November, and we get numbers for December this week. Remember, a recession is defined
Just say that.
back-to-back quarters of negative growth. The economy shrank in the second quarter, had a bit of a bounce back in the third quarter. And
Just say that.
we get the final data to flesh out the fourth quarter to see if the Canadian economy grew or shrank.
Just
in
say that.
2025. But by a weird quirk with timing, all that negative growth through 2025
Just say that.
at just the right moment, a little burst of positive growth. That has helped Canada avoid
Just
the
say that.
technical definition of a recession. The point here is that when we get this week's GDP numbers, they're going to tell us
Just say that.
things about the state of the Canadian economy. In a way, they might actually make it look stronger than it really
Just
is.
say that.
A lot of Canadians feel like we're in the midst of a recession right now. We're not. We haven't met the technical definition
Just say that.
of a recession. There's no question. They have every right to feel that way, given the way the Canadian economy has been performing.
Just say that.
Zoom in and look at the monthly numbers rather than the quarterly ones and see 8 of the last 11 months have seen
Just say that.
shrink not grow. You can certainly understand why.
Dozens of legal staff who work on Indigenous matters
Just say that.
here at the Department of Justice are at risk of being laid off.
Helt good, så good.
He's still in her giggling. Giggling.
The workers also help Canada
show him real
You
quick.
know how he rolls. You gotta tell him you owe me $2. I let her get some good. She had her own $5. She owed me $2. Cause I let her. She got shoes and candy. She ain't got no. All she had was $5. I gave her $2. Did you spend that last dollar?
So it's gonna happen.
What?
Ontario Regional Chief Ava Bennett.
Okay, then she owed me one. She gave me one of them back, so she just owed me one. Trying to teach her how to count, put her money up there. Yeah, that lady say. Look, Jonelle, that's not the first time she's done that. I'm trying to teach her. You walk up to people, ask them how they do it. She said, "Good boy." That lady, she turned her head like you turn your head. She just fell out laughing. She fell out laughing. Good. So no, you walk up to the people, you ask her how she doing. You know, the Spanish girl, the Mexican girl, the gold teeth was real. At the $70. I know you don't be going in there, but she had a Mickey Mouse. You know what I'm talking about. She had told me before a while back, bring mom back up there because she had the perfect lashes for her. Okay. It's proper grass. I mean proper cheese. Okay. I told her we can go back. I gotta find some paper. So what's the lunch, Dad?
Engineering teams collaborate on designs. The team says it wouldn't be one of the fastest growing companies in North America with almost 200 employees if you left.
We actually just felt we had a much better competitive advantage. Because people wanted to join, people cared we were doing. It was so unique, they wanted to join versus, yeah, so it's much fun.
Come on, Phil.
Governments investing in Newfoundland tech. But that fund has already returned $1.50 for every dollar put in, and private investors are now putting in more than governments.
There's more and more evidence that it's real, and I think that's convinced a lot of people that they want to be involved.
It was Verifone that showed the world that big tech can come out of a small province. The St. John's company helps banks spot fraud. Nasdaq bought it for more than $3.5 billion. That's on the wings of new entrepreneurs. Brent Pretty quit his job at Verifone to start Burlo. He's building AI software to help financial advisors. Right now, they have a team of 3, and will soon be going on their first client. Seeing other startups succeed in Newfoundland encourages them to go for it.
No, we hear me.
We now have an ecosystem that has decades of experience in the tech industry that you can
Rather than compete, companies help each
Lunch,
other.
Dad.
Mentoring the next generation of companies. And this talk says that could be key to Newfoundland
Lunch, Dad.
that helps them learn from each other
Come
and someone learns how to build a business.
Because you ain't got him. Excuse me. That's what's up.
The next big challenge is getting enough new workers for the quickly growing companies. Peter Cowan, CBC News, St. John.
There's a kid over there. Uncle, yeah. Yeah. Can't pick it up, too. They do. What's over here?
tomorrow, cause we've been trying to get to them since the first day came home and they closed.
Whoa.
You can go there.
Yeah, make your sandwich.
Something to make it sound good.
Well, wash your hands.
Right. I just washed mine. No. Well, here, come get a look at this stuff. That thing needs to be filled up.
Alexandra and her young daughter fled the Ukraine war 2 years ago. Her husband is still there, working the front lines as a guard.
Wash it good. Oh, yeah.
Alexandra says she's built a life in
Hello.
Saskatchewan and worries about how
Hey, I just thought if she wanted me to Rebecca, and she just got off the phone. She want me to come get him if she
have
want
reduced
me.
the number of people in Saskatchewan
Where
who
y'all
can
at?
permanent residency or be able to stay on a work permit. Now she's scrambling to extend the
Oh,
work
where?
permit before the March 31st deadline and is running out of options.
Shake your hands back off of the sink.
Who you over there for? Ain't no watch.
So we provide professional.
The Canadian Congress of Canada's branch in Saskatchewan is fighting
No.
against the
This
government,
is
trying to
for my
ensure
hand.
Ukrainians don't have to return to a war-torn country.
Well, I'm finna go get him where y'all wanna be at. Where y'all be at?
From central and eastern parts of the country.
You want hot sauce?
Yeah, let me go, cause I gotta run out here.
Pickles and peppers in there.
That's it.
Yeah. Tartar sauce.
Answer your call. Answer my call, man. Alright. You going with me, Kim, or you staying here?
Yeah. Why you gonna buy? She ain't got something to make herself.
She gonna try to make one.
She told me there ain't no cheese in here either.
You ain't need no cheese.
Oh well.
Eat what?
She talking about. Oh well.
Carla, did they stop doing the cards?
What cards?
The Walmart, I mean the insurance card. Put money on.
They took mine down to 600, from 600 to 200. Did you call yours?
I need to call and look at my
No, I'm saying call your benefit line.
I am.
Yeah.
When I get out, my wallet in the car.
No. Call the benefit line. I don't even have to do nothing but just dial my number and it say, let me check your
I was doing that, but they don't do that now. I now have to type in the whole number.
No, as soon as I call my phone number, it say, let me check your identification. And it says, thank you. I don't even put nothing in, and he just start telling me. Tim, you don't need none of that. You don't need none of that. Here. You don't need that. You don't need no knife, no nothing. Pour that on there, put a little bit of dressing on there, put bread on it, get bread off the table.
I'll be in the car, but I need to be calling this number.
He was the first of 4 athletes to touch down in Up next, the 3 Canadian
All you do is get to me that. Give me that. That, put your bread right here on top of the other.
Though the thought of seeing possibly the 3 charge players, how does that make you feel?
That would be like amazing. It would be so cool to see.
Okay, she
She
could.
and her dad waited for hours to see the step.
I don't know what you ask your dad. Did you want to get, she wants 1 meter, 2 meters. Now that's up to her.
Look, girl, hurry up and come on here.
He'll probably get you something else. Y'all going to Walmart. He'll probably get you chips and a drink. Tell me you need chips and a drink, okay? Get your sandwiches, go. I'm gonna come back. I'll see you after a while. Maybe you go to school and come back. Bye. Love you. See you later. Be good. Okay. Be good. Okay. Okay. Go.
Love you. I love you.
Love
What's
you
this?
too.
What's
Okay, they'll be here. She'll come get it when
I'm
she's
coming to
ready.
see her.
Okay. All right. Give me something else. I got some, it's like a bell pepper rice. You want some hot sauce?
Sure.
Clown makeup, Dolly Parton wigs, and a whole lot of fun. That is what people
It's
get
weird.
when the 137th
Very.
Dawson City International Curling Bonspiel is executed. Isabella Calise takes us there. We're here to win. This is one of the longest running bonspiels in the world, dating back to 1899. 16 curling teams from across the territory and a few from out east. 8 years enjoying
Clean, fresh, and new. This is a new one. What you want on fish? Or on the side? Or on your tartar sauce? That's just ketchup.
Oh yeah, you can just put a little on there.
Just a little, see, because
Some costumes were more elaborate than others, but fun was had by
Sporadic.
everyone involved. Games went all day, with some
I can put a little bit extra near the pickles.
having 2 lanes at the Dawson Curling Club.
Yo, what kind of sauce you got some in the car? Your little seasoning thing? How would these on taste? You like, 'cause you probably gonna ask for this more. If you don't get full off that, I didn't ask him for the Asian rice, but if you don't get full off that, you can eat this, or you can eat, I got another rice in the car. You want this rice? Finish that first, and then you can.
And write the name on the poster for someone to remember that later on.
We'll eat some broccoli, some butter and garlic. So we'll eat that on the garlic and butter. We'll eat that on the side.
In the end, bittersweet took hold in Bonspield's green blanket, leaving out Steelers' wheel. But fun was had for all curlers.
Some of the jokers down the street. Them little jokers are annoying and busy. And that one across the street, he always run away from his mom. He be doing everything. That little boy, little Mexican kid, he turns stuff on.
You know, this report sort of asked the question, what is AI still doing there? In other words, what if it is so transformative to the economy that it really disrupts quite a broad
What you talking?
I'm curious how you're thinking about these issues and how seriously you're taking them and on what timeline.
Yes, good morning.
There was a conclusion reached that Kendall and Gwen were the flight risk and would be leaving the United States for Cuba in the very near future.
After the search of the residence, we could have charged them with being foreign agents. We could have charged them at that point with false statements.
Used washer and dryer. She asked me for recommendations and she found it on the selling app for used items.
Sweet.
Yeah. We hit 304. Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing, guys. We've got about 25 seconds on this one. We do have the Utiliza.
Cross necklace that we just won.
Affected. Winds will stay just as strong tonight. Those gusts coming down slightly. We're back in the low 80s tomorrow afternoon. A couple of fronts to discuss through the 7-day forecast, but no major drops in our high temperatures. Now, there are some indications by
We're going to be dropping down into the mid-50s tomorrow morning, so it's going to be a cool start. Today, but tomorrow.
Yeah, no, we put the ketchup and the hot sauce on there.
Of Nancy
Guthrie, the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie, has been missing now for more than 3 weeks.
I'm going to say it is day 24 since our mom was taken. She may have already gone home to the Lord that she loves.
There are also new questions about Nancy's abductor. Sources say those photos and the video of the masked person on her doorstep released by the FBI were actually taken on 2 different days, the day of her disappearance and a week before it. So far, no suspect has been identified by officials in Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. A missing man out of Arlington is safe and back home now thanks to 2 volunteers who didn't think twice about stepping in. Kevin Reese has that.
A remarkable rescue overnight here at River Legacy Park in Arlington. A young autistic man lost in these woods overnight, but he was found alive because 2 volunteers, 2 good Samaritans, decided to help. Jacob Bates and his daughter mountain biking here together on Monday. Jake's dad in the lead, Jake following behind. When his dad turned around, Jake was gone, taking a different trail. The search for him lasted well past midnight. Arlington police couldn't find him, but 2 volunteers showed up, one of them with a drone. The photo indicates that they found Jake deep in the woods, shivering and near hypothermia. Being treated in the hospital overnight, Jake is home and his family wanted a chance to thank those rescuers.
We're thankful for Arlington PD, and we're thankful for these 2 guys who don't know us. And so I'm just thankful. We want to get the word out there to thank these guys, gave them a chance.
Usually I always have some sauce, so I don't see you having
You know, spread a little hope that there's some good people still.
We plan to talk to Jacob and his parents as well, but understandably,
Fish
after
cook
a
good,
night of
Marcus?
searching, they're
You cooking good?
well-deserved rest. But they wanted this chance at least to thank the rescuers for Jacob being found alive. In
Right
Arlington,
person in there, they don't cook good.
Happening tonight, President Trump's first State of the Union address of his 2nd term. The expected focus, the economy. The White House says the president will spotlight jobs numbers, cooling inflation, and the Dow topping 50,000 earlier this month.
The president's going to make the case that 3 more years with him in the White House and with Republicans on Capitol Hill, we can finally achieve the American dream in this country again.
But the speech comes after a setback. Last week, the Supreme Court striking down most of the president's tariffs, which are a key part of his economic plan. Meantime, new polling also shows 60% of Americans disapprove of President Trump's job performance going into that State of the Union. With all eyes on Capitol Hill tonight, you can find full coverage of the president's State of the Union address and the Democratic response in English and Spanish tonight starting at 8 p.m. on WFAA Plus, which is free to download straight to your TV. Then tonight at 10, right here, senior political reporter Jason Blakely will be recapping some of the big moments from this president's speech. A video out of Paris, Texas going viral after a Whataburger manager used a trash can to take down an angry customer. On Sunday, police say the manager asked that angry customer to leave after he became verbally abusive and made threats to the staff. Investigators say the customer left, but then came back and punched the manager. The
You hear
manager
that?
was able to
The man that came back, got verbally abusive with the staff, and then
charged with assault.
they asked him to leave, he came back and he punched the manager, so they hit him with a trash can and took him down.
And vote on whether to stick with darts. Right now, Farmers Branch city leaders are trying to decide if they want to follow the city.
That day I went out to just get you that pizza. The first day after he was able to, after the thaw, he was like the second or third day. That man did that at that pizza place in Clinton.
If they vote to cancel their elections, it would signal momentum toward keeping.
Then they'll give me a free soda because that man scared me so bad.
If not, voters in 13 different members
In the Domino's pizza. I was trying to hurry me get out of there. I'm like, This is my first day out of the house. I mean, I was outdoors since the ice. The man scared me. Clown. White people. Stuck his finger up at the man, came back in, looked at him through the window, and all that was a rule. Nothing happened.
It's not a bright stretch of red. It's kind of more in the yellow zone area. You do have a slowdown just south of that location, but it looks like traffic starts to pan out with relative ease as it's approaching Loop 12. That exact location, right there at Keelan Parkway. Also, if you've been traveling along I-35E into downtown Dallas, this was not announced on any public forum, but the past couple of days, they've had the right lane blocked. It looks like that's still the case. Right around I-35E southbound at Continental, traffic starts to slow down at Wycliffe. They're doing some treatment to the wall barrier there. It looked like they were painting it this afternoon. And that backup is not let up today yet. It was supposed to end right around 3:30. We'll continue to follow that and let you know about anything else that can get your way. Jason?
All right, Stacia, thanks for that. Waymo is picking up speed across Texas now. Big launch for the fully autonomous ride-hailing service and reaction from the Dallas mayor.
They were desperate for you to hear us so that you would take action.
Also, Cook County commissioners are reconsidering putting new data centers around that county despite some growing rejections from residents there. We've got details on that. And is Mexico safe for your spring break plans if you're going to head down south? Ahead, what travel experts are saying as flights out of Dallas-Fort Worth resume. We'll be right back.
At US Foundation Repair, we get calls from homeowners all the time to come out and fix problems that other foundation companies cause by cutting corners. Get it done right the first time. When you want the best, call Due West.
Okay, so there are multiple Democrats running for Senate, but only one of us is already fighting Trump to lower costs, protect healthcare, and raise wages. Only one of us has taken on bullies from the courtroom to Congress and won. And only one of us is being attacked by Governor Abbott and billionaires on TV. Because they know I fight for you, and together we can win. I'm Jasmine Crockett, and I approve this message because the only thing they fear more than one of us is all of us.
You know, the number one cause of foundation problems in Texas is the weather. And as you've been noticing, those droughts are coming back. If you're experiencing foundation issues,
Yeah, I gotta go to truck me a Sprite out. Unless you want power energy drink.
But I'm very
Blue
excited
drinks.
about the new role I've taken on. I've become an ambassador for the puppy food banks. That's right. I've joined forces with them to save thousands of dollars from being euthanized. That happens because rescue organizations don't have the money to feed them. But together, we can help with a simple $50 donation. Please join me and go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a loving donation to save the pups. How could you even think of leaving your patio? We have this amazing backyard furniture. Comfortable, durable, unmatched quality that really allows you to enjoy the dog days of summer.
Honey, why is Jake hanging out? He's supposed to be walking the dog.
35-year warranty, over 500 different products to choose from. How can you beat it?
Buy the yard. Life is better outdoors.
Billionaires don't just influence politicians, they own them.
That's why I don't take corporate capital. It's why I fought the cap campaign contributions.
In the Senate, I'll ban billionaires from making unlimited secret donations.
I'll stop members of Congress from paying government, and I'll raise taxes on those who top fund tax cuts to the rest. I'm Jason Calabito, and I approve this message because our government should work for all of us, not just for us.
Have you been sitting on the sidelines for what feels like forever, wondering if this could finally be your year? You might be a Dallas Cowboys fan, or you could just be someone who's been waiting for the right time to buy or sell a home here in Texas. I'm a licensed real estate agent. To me, the market has seemed weird, but I'm not down in the details of it every day, so I checked
Get some more.
with a practicing broker, and
I would phrase the
What
current
you need to
real
do?
estate market as weird.
Hot.
Joe Atkins from Joe Atkins Realty confirms it, and
Hot
here
sauce.
are some of the reasons why.
You go look at the MLS
Sauce.
and there's homes in
That's why I left it out because I put you on need some more.
Wow, that's a long time, and it sounds like a buyer's
Oops.
market where if
Yeah,
they
maybe
don't
two more.
price for your property,
Good.
they have many other homes and prices to choose from.
That's
And
cool.
yet, again,
Oh, shoot it.
weirdly, Atkins just
It's
sold
okay. It just
2,000
matched the rest of the
square
spots
foot
on
home
me.
that, considering the neighborhood it was in,
So fold that over there.
aggressively priced for more than $1 million.
Move that.
Jason, I have multiple offers on this home, more than 6 figures over the asking price, Jason. Not just that, they were all cash offers, Jason.
That sounds like a seller's market. Again, weird. Aggressively high-priced offering stands up for more than lives, while other homes are languishing for more than a year. It's a story of extremes, and here's another. Stats show entry-level homes in Texas have been in high demand, as have the higher dollar ones. This might be the housing market's version of the K-shaped economy, where the haves are doing better and the have-nots are not. A record 17.2% of all the money generated by home sales in Texas last year came from houses that went for $1 million or more.
Now you go to the $3 million market, Jason. Those homes seem to sell really rapidly right now, right?
$3 million home.
Yeah,
Wow.
those
I'm
are-
sure.
You know, we call that the ultra luxury
Yeah.
for, you know, East Dallas at least. And, you know, those people don't a lot of times need a mortgage. They don't care about their
My
money.
thing is
And
when you
so
go in
it's
these
just
homes, they don't even look
what
like
you
a million or
said,
$3
your
million dollar
small
home.
is, the wealth divide is definitely canarying in real estate right now.
On the other end of it, broker Joe Atkins has been hearing some real affordability concerns, including from people relocating from elsewhere like these.
They were just like, we really think that the homes are amazing. They're just a lot more expensive than what we thought when we heard Texas, right?
However, the starter home may be making a comeback here in Texas. In the pandemic, only 7% of new homes that were sold were under $250,000. Last year, though, that percentage more than doubled. And experts expect that trend will keep shifting toward more affordable price points in 2026. Maybe this could be your year if you've been sitting here on the sidelines. Much more info in my story today posted on my socials. And ahead, how a lot of people aren't selling because they are locked into their homes. That's next time we get right on the money. All right, as we just said a moment ago, Waymo is picking up some speed across Texas now. The fully autonomous ride-hailing service is officially running now in Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. You need to download the Waymo app and request one of the rides. Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson says this further cements the city's reputation as one of America's most innovative and dynamic cities. More than 250,000 customers are still without power in Massachusetts after that bomb cyclone blizzard slammed the Northeast. You are looking at a live look right there of Niagara Falls right now. Really some pretty shots too. You can see that ice down there at the bottom though. As many start to dig out from the storm, 2 more rounds of snow are expected to hit the Northeast. Many folks still without power, as we said, in Massachusetts, in below freezing temperatures, and now officials say it could take days more for power to be fully restored. It comes just weeks after that winter storm that slammed Texas, also hit
Look,
parts
this poor big old piece of fish
This is worse.
should
It's
kill
more
to sit
snow.
here and inhale
It's
the
windy
foot
as
like
heck.
that. Chili the whole
Once
thing.
you shovel, the wind just blows it all
All the
back where it
fries,
was,
the
so
fish.
It's a lot tougher than the last one.
Sounds
Yeah,
miserable.
she can knock out a 4 piece
Many
like that.
affected
No.
states have had to restrict travel until conditions can improve up that way. Boy, they've got it rough up there, Cassie.
Yeah, I'll take the fire threat any day, I guess. You know, today very windy. Tomorrow we're getting rid of the wind, but the fire threat sticks around. How long it could be before our next chance of rain coming up?
If your house could talk, what would it say?
You rely on me to keep your lights on and your gadgets charged. But what happens when the power goes out? I can't do it alone. I need backup.
Call A1 Air during our Season to Save sales event and get a reliable home generator installed today. Save up to $3,000 on a new generator system. Don't wait. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL today and keep your power on all season long.
Gotta
February 17th to March 1st on sale now.
Well, it's been windy, warm, but lots of sunshine today. So overall pretty beautiful, but the wind
Feel
has been
better
a
today
little bit of a
than you did
nuisance.
yesterday.
Wind
Ooh.
gusts around 40 miles an hour at times all across the Metroplex. And we still have that wind advisory for the entire Metroplex and areas to our northeast and south and west until about 6 o'clock this evening. So it's still going to be pretty windy for the next few hours, but eventually overnight tonight, just breezy. So we're going to get rid of some of this wind slowly but surely. We're still seeing wind gusts to near 40 miles an hour across the Metroplex, 38-mile-an-hour gust in McKinney. There's a 38 in Dallas, a 36 in Canton, a 28-mile-an-hour gust right now in Granbury. So again, this evening, yes, we're still going to have wind gusts around 30 to maybe 35 miles an hour, but overnight tonight, I think it's going to be a lot closer to 20 to 25 miles an hour at its peak. So tomorrow morning, a little breezy. Tomorrow afternoon, though, it's going to be a pretty light wind. Right now, lots of sun. Temperatures have made it into the low 70s, and we have a wind gust coming out of the south.
You want a Sprite? Let me get the soda.
That's really going to keep temperatures from
I forgot to get us something sweet. I have to go blue. Me and Kim probably go back after a while. We're going to talk to get her. Kim, be still. Be still.
Right now in Mineral Wells.
He ain't keeping on
Satellite
the
radar
medicine.
showing
She's
those
hyper as
high
that.
density clouds we've been looking at today, giving us more of a filtered sunshine. I think we keep some of those clouds around tonight, and temperatures only drop down into the low to mid 50s, about 10 degrees above any one location where we should be this time of year. So the normal's 43. I think in downtown Dallas, we're only dropping to about 55 tomorrow morning, 50 in Denton, 54 in Fort Worth, and about 54 tomorrow morning in Canton. Tomorrow afternoon, I get less wind, but still very warm. Temperatures make it into the low to even upper 80s in some spots. I'm going to go with a high of about 88 tomorrow in Granbury, 83 in Fort Worth, 84 degrees in Dallas, and 82 tomorrow afternoon in McKinney, because it is going to be so warm. And we're still going to have a little bit of wind, especially early in the day, and it's been so dry around here lately. Relative humidity is going to be really low. The Metroplex and areas out to the west will have that elevated fire threat. Now on Thursday, that fire threat actually shifts west just outside of the Metroplex, but we're still going to have to watch that in some of those far western counties. Temperature-wise, tomorrow, very warm, and it looks like we're going to be staying unseasonably warm for the next several days, despite the fact that we do have a couple of very weak cold fronts coming in. The next one looks like it's going to come through about Wednesday night, so we drop to the upper 70s on Thursday, mid-70s on Friday. We're back into the 80s this weekend, and then on Monday, we have a cold front coming through during the day, but temperatures still stay in the upper 70s. So for tonight,
Paper towels. I got the 2 paper towels, I think, with me.
But tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at partly sunny skies, and temperatures make it into the middle 80s. We're in the upper 70s on Thursday, and notice
This
I think
napkin.
the rest of the week, the
You can
wind
wipe off
looks
this
pretty
one.
light. The wind stays light on Saturday. We make it into the low 80s, mid 80s on Sunday. A little bit more wind on that day. Next week, we've got 70s in
Let me
the
take
day
this plate
to
away.
vote. Voting day, Tuesday, we're looking partly cloudy
She, you ate everything.
and warm.
You
The
ate
chance of
some
rain doesn't arrive until
coleslaw.
midweek of next week, and then after that,
You ate it
the
all,
pattern
yeah.
does look a little bit more unsettled. We have several chances of rain, with temperatures still holding on into the 70s for the most part. Jason, back to you.
All right, thank you, Cassie. Just weeks before the March 3rd
That's
primary, there are
$15.
calls now for a Texas congressman to resign
Yeah,
for his
4
alleged
pieces.
affair with a former aide. We have new reaction and developments there coming up. Stay with us.
I don't know where did we put your
Texas Best News.
the dressing we put that hot candy in.
Take anywhere package. The WFAA mobile app. Download now.
My accident happened in Dallas and Pleasant Grove area. And I called Thompson Law. He sent one of his representatives to my house and treat me like I'm somebody special.
Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, anywhere in Texas. We'll come to you. Walk
Planning
with
for a
the
little
Lion.
man
I am
like
Julie
me.
Johnson, and I never back down from the fight. In Congress, I've taken on corruption, and I've pushed back when those in power cross the line. This race is about who you can count on when it matters most. Who will actually show up and stand up. I fought to protect health care, lower costs for families, and defend people's rights. So when Texans are paying the price, you know that I will fight for your family. I'm Julie Johnson, and I approve this message.
chips. Shoot ate those chips. You like them chips at the restaurant, though. They don't be sitting there snacking on that for us. Or sucking them crumbs.
AOC, Bernie Sanders, Jasmine Crockett, the new radical left. Some even call themselves socialists, and they want control. Just imagine their agenda for Texas. Open borders, tax hikes that crush families, easy bail for violent criminals. Stop the radicals. Vote for proven conservative champions, Governor Greg Abbott and Comptroller Kelly Hancock. Vote Abbott and Hancock to keep Texas safe and strong.
Let's face it, nobody likes the signs of getting older.
And nothing screams aging like reading glasses.
But what if you could actually reverse one of the most frustrating parts of having too many birthdays?
But with custom lens replacement, or CLR, you can.
CLR can give you your youthful vision back without readers or bifocals.
And it also prevents cataracts for life.
It's like turning back your vision clock for good. Stop aging in its tracks and see how great ClearSight could be.
2020 or it's free.
You're going to love what you see.
Museum Tower all lit up today. Just weeks to go now until the March 3rd primaries, and there are growing calls now for a Texas congressman to resign. Republican Representative Tony Gonzalez, who represents a sprawling district along the Texas-Mexico border, is denying allegations and newly surfaced text messages suggesting he had an affair with a staffer who died by suicide last year. Gonzalez says he's being blackmailed and never had an affair with former aide Regina Ann Santos Aviles. Today, reporters asked whether he would step down.
I am not going to resign. I work every day. I work every day for the people of Texas.
So are those text messages, are they accurate? Are those real text messages?
I'm
You
not,
sent
I'm not going to resign. I work every day for the people of Texas.
Did you carry it?
And there will be an opportunity for all the details and facts that come out. What you've seen is not all the facts. There are serious accusations.
House Speaker Mike Johnson, who you see there, has urged Representative Gonzalez to address the accusations, while some other Republicans, like Congresswoman Nancy Mace, are telling Gonzalez he needs to resign. Hood County commissioners are once again talking about a proposed data center. Commissioners voted 3-2 against a data center moratorium there. Residents have continued to speak out against those centers, though, pointing to the noise that they could bring, as well as the issues they could pose for the environment and their overall health.
We put too much confidence
They don't want no Wi-Fi in their neighborhood. They know that Wi-Fi is bad for people.
with the moratorium. Nobody has had data centers live. Nobody has had a situation of the magnitude that we have right now.
But we have the law. And we have you as our representatives. And it's important for you to
From the debate that's happening there in Hood County, those who are opposing the
Hold
data
on.
center there are
Wait a minute.
pointing to a legal loophole to pause the data center time to research the effects. We'll start your engine.
Now,
Where he going to?
look, what? Oh, what now?
What long he going to?
What he said? Oh, he said he's gonna go to Walmart and something else.
Walmart.
Yeah, somebody wanted him to get
Can't go with it.
Can you go on me? Yes, you know. You can gonna pop my head
I
out.
don't know why she's in Ronte junk over here. I just carried up there.
I'm Ryan Binkley, and I approve this
But
message.
she ain't took all of the everything with
First question you need to ask a lawyer is,
waiting here.
don't hire a lawyer from out of town. You can't go to their office. They don't know the where the courts. They don't know the town. They don't know the facts.
Supposedly, he gonna call me tomorrow. Somebody called tomorrow. Came from Monroe, Louisiana, number. And I was getting in Marcus on the east, and so he tomorrow called the number back. I said, damn, I ain't talked to that girl. I was in 2 years.
You called.
That's what I told him. I said, I ain't talked to her in 2 years. Then why you want me to call her from my phone number? When I bring the ain't supposed
Tell him
to
to call.
her phone number. She had accidentally texted me.
Let me text you her number, you call.
Can you find her number? Come on, call. What's it, Janelle? I'm just returning.
I don't think nobody.
Right. She tell you the number. She lied. She didn't. You know what she said she gonna do, and when she saw her gonna bash Janelle with her, she quit calling. I said, do you? You want me to pass it? Janelle and Jackie tell him if they say one more bad thing about me, then I'm gonna do this and that. Jackie said, I said, girl, you don't want to open up that can of worms with Jackie. Tell my she sent her like a threatening email, like a stressful threatening email. The email said, if you don't get your stuff out of the house by X amount of days, then it's going on the rubbish pile. She didn't like that, but she knows she got trash. She knows what she did. She just didn't like that Jackie put in email form. I said, every landlord has the right to send an email like that.
It's about time.
I don't know what you're talking about, honey. That ain't threatening. And she just wants to be whiny, that's all. Just wants to be whiny. What's on the TV? She said, and something, and down there, and so she kept talking, and I said, okay. I said, I don't want to hear nothing about him. And so she kept talking. And I said, and so she kept talking. And I told her, I didn't want to hear nothing. So you know what I told her? I said, do you want me to start talking about your kids? Because I actually started talking about him. She told me, you have a good evening. I said, what's the message you want me to pass to Jackie and Jonelle?
Reed Binion has new details today.
God, I would speak this to a blood in his breath. You didn't go to the gun now. I don't hear all that. You said, did you get some sleep?
Like about an hour from going to the airport.
Jonelle was snoring top on the phone. His loud. You know he loud. He extra loud. Oh, he loud. Big mouth. Just loud.
Major trafficker of drugs into the U.S. Oseguera, better known as El Mencho, was killed Sunday along with other cartel members in a military operation aided by U.S. intelligence.
Trying to get rid of the headache and go back in bed while Kim gone. That girl tore that room up. I took a picture. She had clothes from A to Z. Oh, so your daddy told you to put up the clothes. He didn't tell you to spring clean. She pulled it out, and so she's supposed to fold the clothes up and put them in the drawer. Her clean clothes. That girl stuff everywhere. Everything mixed up. I said, Kim, I'm tired. We go to the store. She talking. I said, Kim. I said, Gary, you make me forget what I came here to get. Still forgot some stuff. Her running her mouth.
Not a place you want to be right now, at all.
All right, so WFAA spoke with longtime travel consultant Steve Cosgrove, who is advising against all Mexico travel right now. In case you're making spring break plans, the chaos.
Yeah, you don't want to go to spring. I mean, want to go to Mexico right now with all that mess going on.
Sailing with some canceled stops in and around Puerto Vallarta, for example. But Cosgrove says
sure people travel to Mexico for spring break. No, you crazy?
Destination.
No.
He want to go there.
Right. What they did to Americans last year and the year before, shoot.
Some airlines have resumed flights to Mexico, though, for folks who still want to go. Meantime, Governor Abbott says he is surging DPS troopers down to the valley area and along the border to keep violence from spilling over the border. We have reached out to FIFA World Cup organizers about the possibility of games being moved around because of the violence in Guadalajara, Mexico. While leaders say they cannot comment on the situation, FIFA says it looks forward to delivering safe and secure games in close collaboration with Mexican authorities. Guadalajara is set to host 4 matches this summer. Right now, the Portuguese Soccer Federation says it's monitoring the situation in Mexico ahead of its friendly matchup against the Mexican national team in March. All right, let's go back to North Texas now and talk about your weather out there today. Nice
and you got water now. I got your other bottles of water in there too.
That you'll notice for
But you got wipes to clean your hands.
That's something that everybody has to take a little bit of caution with because, again, we've got that
I
fire.
know I got some extras too. Yeah, we want to take a nap. Are you giggling?
But no, it has been pretty windy today. Wind gusts around 40 miles an hour. Wind advisory until 6 o'clock this evening because it's still going to be pretty windy this evening with gusts to near 40 miles an hour. But eventually, overnight tonight, that wind will subside quite a bit. But right now, we still have wind gusts between 35 to 40 miles an hour. There's a 38 right now in McKinney, a 38 in Dallas, 36 in Terrell, 30 miles an hour in Waxahachie. This our Fair Park camera.
Here's a
You can
clean
see that
wipe.
camera shaking
Here,
quite a
mark
bit
it.
because of that wind.
Mark it.
Temperatures though in the
Okay,
low
and clean your
70s,
fingers.
so
Here.
temperature-wise, we're doing pretty nice. 73
Here,
degrees in Denton,
take
70
this.
in Greenville,
One of
72
these.
right now in Corsicana. Satellite
Son.
radar showing those high thin cirrus clouds moving from north to south, and I think we keep a lot
Here.
of these clouds around tonight.
Clean that
So
fish off
partly
your hands.
Partly cloudy this evening and overnight. Tomorrow morning we are dropping down into the mid-50s. Still breezy during that time. So tomorrow morning a little
You gotta clean the fish off your hands.
Tomorrow afternoon, I think
I
it's
just
gonna
put
be
clean wipe in your
We're
hand.
gonna have light wind. We're gonna talk about what that fire threat will look like the rest of the week coming up in just a little bit. Jason.
All right, Cassie, we'll talk soon. In our Boomtown series, a North Texas barbecue favorite opening a new location soon. The original Roy Hutchins Barbecue holding a grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony for its new Arlington location next month. It'll be just off Interstate 30 off Nolan Ryan Expressway. Company leaders say the new location aims to bring the same style of slow smoked meats, a casual family friendly dining experience to Arlington's entertainment district, which has been bustling there. It'll open on March 13th. In Frisco, meantime, the Anchor Bar, which is home to the original Buffalo Chicken Wing, is celebrating the grand opening of its newest restaurant in Frisco Square. City leaders, along with representatives from the Dallas Renegades and FC Dallas, helping to usher in that new bar. Anchor Bar open till 11 o'clock tonight if you'd like to check out that new spot in Frisco. Well, across the country, Americans are feeling squeezed by high inflation and steep interest rates. Affordability topped voter concerns ahead of the 2024 election, and it's still front and center now. Recently, President Trump declared victory on affordability, praising the current economy, but challenges persist for everyday people across America. ABC's Melissa Adon breaking down the financial strain.
Across the country, many families are dealing with an affordability crisis. People can't afford housing, leading many to struggle with difficult decisions.
Whether to go see the doctor or to pay for my kids' school supplies.
An affordability crisis looms over Americans. President Trump continues to visit states, touting the economy, but many say they are still facing difficulties.
The people that are living paycheck to paycheck are just finding it a struggle to, pay rent, meet utility costs, pay for those day-to-day items that they encounter.
The price of childcare is also financially according to LendingTree. Childcare estimates rival rent costs in many of the largest metro areas in the country, influencing some parents to quit their jobs, like Casey Myers in Texas.
Daycare prices ultimately it just was my income, so we decided for me to stay home with the kids and homeschool.
When we're talking about inflation, the first place people often look is here in a grocery store. Right now, the average price for a dozen eggs is about $2.50 nationwide, and here in this Arizona grocery store, the cheapest ones we see are $2.99.
They talking about Trump. He gonna make this speech tonight. Talking about America in the best shape it's been in.
I don't want to hear nothing you got to say.
Prices have inflated not just
Yeah, according to him.
Right.
items as well. Data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reveals the cost of items for hair, dental, shaving, and other
Oh, they done gone up.
have gone up by 18% from 20.
That's a lot. 18%.
Yeah.
do go for cheaper things just because my budget is pretty small. Yeah, I don't really care about the brands anymore just because.
That's right. You can't.
Brand don't mean nothing. The brand how you didn't.
Typical budget. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Tucson, Arizona.
Back here in North Texas now, the Grand Prix Arlington just 19 days away now, and we're getting a sneak peek at some of the food.
Yeah, it
It's
flew
on
HCB.
race weekend. A lot of food. We'll have some Texas-inspired, like the Cowboys cheesesteak, the honey glazed ham, and a Dallas Cowboy staple mac
You
and
said
cheese.
cheesesteak.
What time you say honey?
Cowboys mac and cheese. And
What?
so we just put some of our brisket that we
What's that
brisket and mac and cheese.
It's been a while call this park.
Yeah. Remember it's Parisha daughter's car.
Remember, he supposed to be putting a motor in or something.
Jonelle's cousin, little cousin niece.
He ain't put no motor in it yet.
You got to try out some of the food before anybody else gets to. She's going to tell us all about it coming up.
Java
in just a
House.
while
Oh, that's
on
an
our
all.
5 p.m. newscast. Want you to remember, Race Weekend runs March 13th
Racetrack.
through the 15th. Speaking of races, how's it looking out there on the roads right now? As
Feel
people
better today than it did yesterday.
keeping us updated on our
It's supposed to be warm on to.
thoroughfares out there right now.
Yeah, hey Jason, by the way, I always like to put barbecue sauce on my mac and cheese.
I don't.
I ain't that crazy about mac and cheese
Me?
anymore.
I may have it once or twice a year. That's Shawty.
I'll eat it.
Hey, she got me. She said,
I'll eat it.
"My baby don't like." Well, she had Gabby. He don't like hamburgers and he don't like mac and cheese. I said, "He entitled. You don't eat. You don't like sweet potatoes, and everybody likes sweet potatoes."
Yeah, I like yam.
True.
I mean,
Yams and sweet potatoes. And sweet potatoes 5 times a week.
I eat a green bean casserole for the mac and cheese. I just don't care for it no more.
Yeah.
You like it, don't you? I don't.
Does not take much in this area.
Cause it's hard to find good mac and cheese. Period.
I ate a green bean casserole. I ate a macaroni and cheese.
121, Sam Rayburn. Also looking along I-35E at southbound.
Where the keys at?
DMT, that road did clear for the afternoon. You still have
Where?
slow traffic I-35E and the southbound side moving into downtown Dallas. And checking out Tarrant County, we have a little bit of road work that's slowing things down along Richland Hills, that
Oh,
area.
but she not in the morning no more. She in the evening.
By the way, you have
She
nightly
used to be in the morning.
happening at that very intersection from Beach Street to Roof Snow Drive, this time affecting the
If they
westbound
got some sweet
portion
potato
of
pie, whatever,
20.
bring this
That is
slice.
going on. Jason.
They got some sweet potato pie.
Catch up with mac and cheese, and I know it's too far.
We ain't cooking no sweet potato pie in a while. We ain't had no
Smokey
yams in a
They
while.
make them little. They make since Smokey John passed away, his kids had to up the business.
Smokey
you know,
John.
Yeah. He's that's me and my ex. He over there by and every Tuesday he have Bible study night to bring people to
Oh,
Christ.
that Plano?
No. That was right here by UT Southwestern.
Oh.
Him and his wife passed away, then he passed away. So the kids, in order to stay competitive with a lot of these other places, they started doing these barbecue lunch boxes.
Oh,
So they
I
like the
didn't
little
know
mini
that.
sweet potato
You ain't
pies.
tried it yet?
We used to go over there all the time. Him and his wife knew who. They knew. I went to this luncheon with them. Here, clean your hands with that white. Get the fish off your hand. Yeah, we all went to this Lions. I think it's called Lion of Judas. It's like a Christian organization. And we went to this dinner, and the wife said that she wanted some Tylenol. She had a headache, and so when they went home, he stopped and got her some Tylenol, and woke up the next morning. His wife was dead. And then I think he passed away. See, he passed away when I was here.
Kids take over.
Yeah, he passed away. I think in 2019
Oh, they had a
when I
barbecue
was
place?
here. Yeah, he still got it.
What's
It's
the
called
name
Smokey
of it?
John's. That's what I was asking. Key over by Harry Hines Hospital. I mean,
Oh.
over by UT Southwest where Jackie's worked at that hospital.
Oh, okay.
That's why I asked Keith. I said, "You sure it's not Smokey Jones?" He said, "No, it's Smokey Joe over here." But Smokey Jones is good.
What he keeps talking about, I don't know what every.
Yo, I
know
could
what most of the
I would say I
politics
could
is, but I don't know
put
about
it up
that.
on your phone.
That's the only one he could be talking about. Go here, cross over the bridge on Redbird Lane and make that left. I seen the barbecue place, but I didn't know the name.
And you can ask Google, "Hey Google, where's Smokey Joe's?" Smokey Joe.
I didn't know that one there.
Yeah.
I seen the sign there, but I didn't know the name. I just thought barbecue.
Yeah, that's what say Smokey Joe. Okay. I'll see y'all in a little bit. I tell Papa what I want.
And the numbers don't lie. Fred Tate raised our water rates as high as 53%, and Fred took the money to fund a 25% increase in government salaries. Armin Mazzani is a taxpayer champion who actually lowered
They going to get barbecue market. At the place Kiwi said.
by over 100 conservative
gonna make you laugh. If I call Keith right now, I'm saying, Keith, your dad still eating that barbecue. You fed that barbecue Kim. Keith, your dad still eating that barbecue. You fed it to Kim last night. He ain't drunk. Come on over.
Last time we talked about this. Entry-level homes and the higher dollar homes have been the big sellers in Texas recently. What about the ones in the middle, though? Experts say many homeowners in the low-market may not be selling or buying because they are locked in low mortgages.
Someone must turn the
Not that long
microwave
ago,
on.
more than half of homeowners had existing mortgage rates below 4%. If you are locked into a low rate, Realtor.com estimates that if you sold now and bought something else in Dallas, let's say, your median $1,374 mortgage payment would balloon to $2,240. Increase. Yeah, staying put, not for sale after all. If you are selling a home, it may cost you extra to do so. Broker Joe Atkins of Joe Atkins Realty says he's seeing sellers who are trying to outshine their competitors by putting more money into their homes before they list them. Think refresh.
Like they did next door. That boy paid $270,000.
Some of these, you know,
$74,000 for
going
years.
for as little as, you know, 5 to 10,000. You know, we've had some clients that have put, you know, 50 to 100 into it. So, just
Pop like it. Pop can't remember. Pop is like a Sanford and Son. He talking about Raul and everybody. He can't remember his name. I said, Pop, just remember Angel or Angelo.
Real estate market right now with my
Angelo was
article
really cool.
posted
He's
today at
cool.
Jason Wheeler TV on Facebook, Threads, and Blue
Chill,
Sky.
low key guy. He been working though. He be working. He working his yard.
All right, if you're looking for some basketball tonight, the
Have
Dallas
his
Mavericks set to play the Brooklyn Nets, but
people
Cooper
come over,
Flag is not
have his
going to be
friends,
suiting
or
up for this one. The
his little
rookie ruled out
worker
for
group. I don't know if they
11
uncles,
days with sprain.
uncles,
The
what?
last time they
Be
played the
about
Nets, the Mavericks beat them
10 to 12 of them out there. Get the yard done in the front, get the yard done in the back. They be working.
We'll have to see how they do without him tonight. You can watch it all at 6:30 p.m. for free on our sister station, KFAA Channel 29. If you haven't checked out a map game here yet,
My little creamer out there.
just get your phone out, take a picture of that.
Where's my creamer?
We had a big warm-up that happened today. Not at all like what they are dealing with in other parts of the country. That's that big snowstorm that hit the Northeast. It looks like tip-off will be okay for the Mavs tonight, even considering all that's going on there. These are good days to play at home when you're the Dallas Mavericks, though, for sure.
I know. I mean, they've been definitely getting just way too much snow. I mean, gosh, I remember being in that kind of weather, and I just appreciate it so much more
Don't
here.
even miss it that much.
Not even a little bit.
Even with the door ding you got.
I know. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's fine. I don't think so. I didn't really notice too much, but I'll have to say, she didn't even like pretend to know that she did it.
At least acknowledge it.
Yeah, just
when
like,
you ding someone's
lady.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, today it's been very warm, but up there in the Northeast and the New England states, they have been seeing a lot of snow, a lot of wind, blizzard conditions, and they're not done with it just yet. Now, it doesn't look too bad right now. You can see some very isolated pockets of snow, but again, they are expecting another round of snow as we go throughout tonight and even into tomorrow. So they have already seen lots of locations, at least a couple of feet of snow, but they are going to be adding to that. And obviously, with how cold it is up there, how cold it's going to be, it's going to take a while before all of that melts. Today, though, we had temperatures in the 70s, 73 degrees for the high, but the normal is 63, and we were rain-free, but we've been dealing with that wind. So we still technically have that wind advisory for the Metroplex and areas to the north and east and to our south and west until 6 o'clock this evening, because we are still seeing those wind gusts in between about 30 to 40 miles an hour at times. There's a 38 in McKinney, 38 in Dallas, 37 in Denton, and a 35-mile-an-hour gust in Corsicana. So this evening, windy, eventually overnight tonight, just breezy. We're still going to see wind gusts around 25 miles an hour, but tomorrow afternoon, that wind's going to be much lighter. So right now, 73 degrees. We got a wind out of the south, gust to near 30 miles an hour, but it is beautiful outside. We're at 76 in Mineral Wells, 71 in McKinney, 70 in Terrell, 70 degrees in Canton. Satellite and radar showing that we've been seeing more of a filtered sunshine from time to time. These are those very high, thin clouds moving from north to south, and we're going to keep those around tonight. And that's also going to allow for temperatures to only drop down into the 50s for most of us, especially with the help of that gusty south wind. So tomorrow morning, we're only dropping to about 55 in Dallas, 50 in Denton, 52 in McKinney, 53 degrees in Waxahachie. But tomorrow afternoon, a light south wind, still very dry and very warm. I'm expecting highs to climb into the 80s for many of us. 84 in Dallas, 82 in Denton, 83 in Fort Worth, and possibly the upper 80s around Granbury. The problem tomorrow, though, is that elevated fire threat. It will be across portions of the Metroplex and air as it allows, since we've got a decent rainfall. On Thursday, it does shift farther west of the Metroplex over some of the lots of those far western counties.
When you put your sweatshirt on, you'll be warmer. If you put your sweatshirt on.
We do have a couple of cool fronts moving in, but they look pretty weak. The next one coming in is going to be in between Wednesday and Thursday, but we only drop into the upper 70s on Thursday, mid 70s on Friday. We're back in the 80s this weekend with temperatures in the upper 70s by early next week. That next cold front comes in, and eventually we will have a chance of rain. Certainly not the case tonight, though. Temperatures drop down into the mid-50s under partly cloudy skies, and then tomorrow afternoon, partly sunny and very warm. Temperatures make it into the mid-80s, but the wind stays pretty light tomorrow afternoon. In fact, it looks pretty light the rest of the week. It does pick up, though, by the end of the weekend. Temperatures back in the mid-80s. On Monday, upper 70s, and then on voting day, it looks dry for now, breezy and warm, but that next chance of rain, it does arrive by March 4th. It looks like by midweek of next week, the pattern does become a little bit more unsettled. We have several chances of rain, but temperatures stay well above normal. Jason, back to you.
Cassie, thanks for that. A controversial plan to restructure public libraries in Dallas is back in front of city leaders again today. The proposal facing pushback when it was first introduced by City Council. We are also expecting new details on water damage that shut down the Kleberg-Riley branch.
We had somewhere between 1 to 2 inches of standing water, and we're not exactly sure for how long because we were closed.
The department who takes care of the buildings aren't taking care of the buildings. They're not being proactive.
Right now, Dallas libraries are facing a $2.6 million budget cut. That's a pretty deep one there. The library board will get an update at its meeting that starts in just a few minutes at 5 o'clock. And of course, we will be following that to keep up with what's happening. A lot of other changes happening across the city as we take a live look over downtown Dallas right now. A committee just voted unanimously to explore moving Dallas City Hall to a brand new location and redeveloping the iconic site downtown that it sits on now. But while the fight is not over, moving day for some offices could come faster than others. Dallas City Hall reporter Cole Sullivan has this.
The price tag to modernize this place made jaws drop.
I think all Dallas residents should be shocked by this number.
And politicians angry.
We're asked to be making $1 billion policy decision here, and I'm asking, if you're giving me one scenario here, how am I supposed to make a decision not knowing what the other scenario is?
The report from building experts estimated more than $1 billion to get the nearly 50-year-old City Hall up to today's office standards. So Dallas moved one step closer to moving out.
It's not about the concrete walls. It's about everything else going on in here.
The report details challenges with, well, pretty much everything. The roof, HVAC, plumbing, mechanical, and even fire suppression systems.
And if you can't get to the stairs, I guess remember to stop, drop, and roll.
City officials say the building is safe for now, but something needs to change.
Status quo is absolutely not an option.
And the third party overseeing the report says no amount of looking at it will make a difference.
It would be very difficult for me to think that anyone would find a different conclusion.
This committee unanimously advanced a proposal to move all the staff somewhere else, starting with Round 1 operations ASAP.
This decision is about stewardship of public resources and preservation of public trust. We owe it to Dallas to get it right.
The full council will now vote before anything officially changes, then begins the hunt. If City Hall isn't here anymore, then where? In Dallas, I'm Cole Sullivan.
All right, quick break right here. When we come back, we will look ahead to the 5 o'clock news today.
shower with alcohol, gotta be in there.
Man, I miss this. You and me just getting real. Let's turn this place into our feelings dojo.
You two idiots are perfect for each other. You can do this. Is it on my face? No.
Some people chase victory. Others build it. Not for the spotlight, but for the standard. Thomas J. Henry, built to fight.
Ken Paxton isn't just corrupt. He's weird. Paxton's been caught in multiple affairs, resulting in his wife divorcing him. As AG, Paxton cashed in on your dime, pocketing $2 million from a taxpayer-funded contract. His staff turned him in for bribery and corruption. He fired them, violating the Whistleblower Act and costing Texas taxpayers millions. Ken Paxton, too corrupt, too weird to be our senator. Texans for conservative majority is responsible for the content of this ad. Trump doesn't trust backstabbing D.C. Congressman Chip Roy because Roy betrayed MAGA. Chip Roy defended Liz Cheney, supported Trump's impeachment. Roy sided with the trans lobby to allow child transgender surgeries. Roy even told Trump voters,
You can kiss my ass.
and Roy helped illegals avoid deportation. MAGA Mays Middleton defeated the atheist who kicked trans persons out of women's restrooms, designated cartels as terrorists, and is fighting Sharia law. That's why Trump called Mays' conservative record second to none. MAGA Mays Middleton for Texas Attorney General.
Do you want gig upload and download speeds for $50 a month? You got it. Really? Spectrum is offering fiber-powered gig internet for $50 a month. Want more speeds? Get multi-gig speeds for only $20 more per month. Just call this number and switch to Spectrum for the fastest and most reliable internet. Spectrum gig internet for just $50 a month. Or get multi-gig speeds for only $20 more per month. Call or visit spectrum.com/gigspeeds.
Stop. If you were hurt in a car wreck, don't talk to the insurance company. Call me first. My client got in a big truck wreck. We got him $300,000. I'm attorney Ryan the Lion Thompson. Call us 1-800-LION-LAW.
Baltimore wasn't ready for a girl like me, but I've got smooth streams and a whole lot of hair. Hairspray at Casa Manana, February 28th through March 8th. Tickets at casamanana.org.
WFAA Daybreak. Mornings that feel right.
Good morning and welcome to a brand new Daybreak.
Working overnight to bring you the latest breaking news. WFAA Daybreak. It's the team you trust. Weekdays 5 to 9 and streaming on WFAA Plus.
All right, time now to get you ready for the 5 o'clock news, which is coming up next. The countdown on right now, streets in Arlington transforming into a 180-mile-an-hour IndyCar track with racing, concerts, and food from your favorite local chefs. We've got an inside look and taste today at what is to come. That's coming up next. Also across the country, families are facing a lot of tough choices from paying rent, buying groceries, covering childcare. Today we're crunching the numbers as folks are getting creative, trying to make ends meet. That does it for us here in this hour. Your 5.
Mostly sunny, 73.
ShipStation's intelligent platform lets you handle returns and exchanges more effectively.
Oyster House, and one says free oysters to any man 80 years old, accompanied by his father. And one duo showed up for just that on the son's 80th birthday. And to be clear, only the birthday boy and his dad were able to get the free oysters, and you have to be physically present to win.
I'm doing the math.
And that is today's 5 to know on First and 4.
Listen to Everett and Meredith for the news at 5. All right, thanks so much. Right now on ABC 5, jury is set. The retrial begins in the shooting of an officer at the ICE Prairieland Detention Center. We're live at the federal courthouse in Dallas. The pressure campaign to force Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez to step down. He's accused of an affair with a former staffer. What newly released text messages reveal.
I'm Ted Cruz. Here's what I know about Chip Roy. No one, I mean no one, has fought harder to help President Trump make America great again. Stopping the invasion, destroying the cartels, rooting out voter fraud. I've seen Chip up close. Chip, Roy,
So from third.
Christmas is real. As real as that baby. No one died.
Todd.
$1 family reward as the search for her mom is now in its third week. Be sure to keep it.
Es cuando son atacados por eso.
Here on Daystar. Did you know that making a donation to Daystar can help reduce your taxes? If you donate, it's up to you. Call, log on, or email gifts@daystar.com.
He always leads you back to. I believe you.
Today's generation makes Daystar their home for faith and mission. Daystar, experience that. Welcome to Healing Time. When we think about ministry, what pictures come to mind? Pastors, pulpits, churches, maybe mission trips. But today I want to talk about doing ministry in the everyday moments of your life. Today's guest is doing exactly that, using his voice and turning street corners and everyday moments into powerful encounters with God. And I know this conversation is going to inspire you. You're going to want to share this one and get your family around you. And remember, if you need prayer for anything, your Daystar family's here 24/7. Put this number in your phone, 1-800-329-0029, and sit right where you are, because you are going to be blown away. Well, today's guest is an incredibly gifted singer and songwriter, but he's way more than the musician who's on stage with bright lights. He's a messenger taking the love of Jesus in subways and street corners, using his talents and his voice to reach the lost where they are, okay, not where he is. And I believe this conversation today is going to bless you. So I want to get right into it. Ryan Gordon, welcome to Healing Time.
Thank you so much, Dr. Doug, for having me. It's so great to be here.
I'm really excited about having you here. You know, just because you know, my wife Joni shows me your stuff all the time. Cause she's a singer, you know, and she loves what you do. I want you to share your journey to Jesus. How did you get there? Where did you start?
My grandfather was a pastor, and so we jumped into serving there at the church. But really, for years, he was the God of my grandfather, or the God of my father. Wasn't really my God.
Right.
Good church kid, real nominal, went, played the drums, served, did all the stuff. But I had a significant encounter with the Lord in my early 20s. This is going to sound funny, but just hear me out. So he was traveling with a whole bunch of worship teams that were actually national acts. They were traveling all around ministering. Was doing that for a little bit. You know, had these good times, but then he said, "Hey, I want you to go and take a seat on a park bench in your city for the next several years and pursue me, get to know me like you've never done in your life." And this is really what I testify
This is where I'm going to talk to you. And he taught you I mean, like, wow, Ryan can really sing. Okay, now that one he did for us at Daystar, it was in a studio. But walk us through, like, the places you normally go sing. What has the Lord told you to go do?
Yeah. So our very first time stepping out of the four walls, there's a very busy strip in Tampa called Ybor City. And it's sort of like a mini Las Vegas strip. Just everything's out there, right? And so he said, son, I want you to go out there and minister on the Ybor strip. So we went, me and my keys guy. The first thing that he asked us to do was go stand in front of this line of 500 people lined up to get into the nightclub. And I told my keys guy that. He said, man, you sure you ate some bad pizza?
No, because you listen to the Holy Spirit, he's doing something different with you. Yeah.
And I said, no, I really sense this is the Lord. So we leaned into it. And that first encounter, Dr. Doug, the people that were waiting in that club line started getting very perturbed that we were out there singing about Jesus. Yeah, they were disturbed. For real. And so they came behind us and kind of started shouting at us and cursing and just doing what carnal people do when they're out to please their flesh, right? And initially, I stepped back a little bit and got a little bit nervous, because I'd never been in this environment before. And when I saw how radical they were about doing their thing, the Holy Spirit and boldness came all over me. And I said, God, I'm going to be even more undignified to lift you up because their life depends on it.
Yes.
It really does. He started giving me his eyes and his heart for those people. And we just began to bless the Lord. And there was some beautiful moments that happened there. But really what that was the spark to everything else. It was the spark of boldness. To say, Ryan, you're on to something. Something's happening here. And so then we went from there to New York City. And we got
I'm going to slow you down. Only because sometimes people that God uses, it becomes normal for them. Okay? But it's not normal. The first thing is, you got used to hearing God's voice. Okay, that was on the bench. Okay? So, if you want to do ministry, you need to hear his voice. Okay? Secondly, you were willing to walk on water. Okay? Because like Peter, his grandparents told him not to get out of the boat. His dad told him never get out of the boat. Right? And here he's a fisherman. He told people never get out of the boat. And then he goes and walks on water. Right? Okay? And so here you are in church. Church is great. And God's saying, no, why don't you go to the club? I'm not supposed to even be there. Right? So you had to take a step of faith. Okay? And then you had to face some resistance. So if you're going to do ministry, especially if it's different stuff, like if you're going to go give cookies away, people don't do that. If you're going to do something that's different, you're going to face some resistance. Okay? But then that's when the Spirit of the Lord came on.
Yes. Amen.
And he anointed you right then and there in the middle of your uncomfortableness, in the middle of your facing resistance and actually looking demons right in the face, because those are ones go to clubs. And going, okay, and then the Spirit of the Lord, because in Scripture it talks about the Spirit of the Lord came upon him. You're thinking of scenes where David's killing people and stuff like that. But sometimes the Spirit of the Lord comes on you when you're just doing what he tells you to do, and the ministry, and that Spirit's never left you.
The very first time we went to New York, we set up, had my guys, I got a keys guy, a camera guy that's just, filming it, and we get everything turned on, and this guy comes about 6'3", just 203, big old guy, gets in my face, nose to nose, and just starts hollering and cursing and screaming and going nuts, and we had not even seen this guy up until this point. And my camera guy's from New York City, says, bro, we need to get out of here. And I said, no, the Holy Spirit has sent us here just for this dude. I feel it so strong. I said, turn everything on. So we fire everything up, and I start singing, there's power in the name of Jesus to break every chain. we've been under control.
Come on, Jesus.
That was our first encounter. About 6 months later, I'm on an airplane coming back into New York City. I lean over to my keys guy and say, hey man, I believe that we're gonna run into Leroy again on this trip. Holy Spirit's talking, you know. The last day we're there, Dr. Doug, I'm on my knees with my eyes closed in Union Square. There's a park out there, and sure enough, Leroy comes walking up. Gonna sing again to you like I did last time. 'Cause there is power in the name of Jesus. Yes. And I started playing that song over again. I said, do you remember me? I was so excited to see him again. He says, man, I do remember you. He said, that day marked me. From that moment on, I was able to exchange numbers with him, and we still are in fellowship. So that was a beautiful story of what the Lord was doing. We went down to Mardi Gras one time, and we were down on Bourbon Street, and the witches started coming after us. For real, they started throwing these beads at us and trying to cast spells and all this. And I just seen the Lord show out every single time. He sent these two guys. So one of the guys was almost tripped and hit my keys guy. He punched him, was about to punch him in the face. These other guys seen it. They had guns on him, and they said, hey, they said, we're going to stay right here the rest of the night and protect y'all so y'all can sing for Jesus.
That's great.
And it was just story after story. We went down to the last story. We went down to Union Square at one point, and demoniac, literally, man, demon-possessed. We started singing the name of Jesus. He was in a red bathrobe with satanic patches all over it. Came at us and started hollering and screaming and just going us, trying to throw drinks on us, trying to punch us.
Manifesting.
Yeah, exactly. But we've seen him. The Lord just has told me with stuff like that, I want you to just keep offering worship. Just stay in your lane. Keep doing what I've called you to do. And every single time I've watched him be our defender, he's taken those moments. That guy said, like a little kid right in front of us, and just started absorbing what we were singing and declaring. So time after time, we've watched the Lord just show out in power.
You're faithful to do what he tells you to do, and he protects you. When did what you were doing in secret all of a sudden show up on the internet? When did that happen?
Man, that's good. That's good.
Okay, and then what kind of doors did that open? So give me that, because you were pure-hearted. You were just out there worshiping Jesus. You weren't really trying to become a phenomenon. You know, you were trying to be an influencer. That wasn't your heart or your motive. That's happened. But that wasn't what you were seeking. Okay, when did that that door open up? And then what's happened with that?
You know, so like I said, we were there in that bench season. Well, I had since got married, had several kids, worked on several church staff since that bench season, right? Leads up to, on the backside of COVID, me and my wife, we're doing a small group on Sunday nights. And we got some people coming over, start teaching out of the book of Acts.
We tell you, do small groups in your house, okay? If you haven't done one, do one for a while. It'll bless you.
Amen. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we'll talk about that later. We're good.
Really, the primary focus is the primary focus of this show. Activation. We wanted to activate the body of Christ. We started reading through the book of Acts and just going line upon line, precept upon precept, getting our hearts stirred up. And so what it was doing was it was provoking things on the inside of us where we'd go out to restaurants, lay hands on the sick, and they'd start recovering. We'd go out and see somebody that the Lord was giving us a word of knowledge for, speak that over their life. And just so
What you're talking about, okay, is you just start to go out and do evangelism.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. People want to walk in this path. Because if you do evangelism, you need words of prophecy. You need the fear of God. You need gifts of healing. You need the super. So if you want to walk in the Spirit, just go out and start sharing the gospel, right? I keep going on and but you sometimes you drop this principle, and I need to go. Here it is. You can do it too. Okay. If you're bored, just go pray for sick people.
If you're bored, though, pray for sick people.
And so anyways, we did this small group, started stirring stuff in us, and then the Lord started giving me dreams at night. And I'm not a big dreamer, so I really paid attention, but it was essentially what we're doing. He started showing me in the New York subway places, just lifting up worship.
Yes, yes.
Just lifting up their name. And it so stirred me that I heard him say, I want to birth an online ministry. The influencer thing and all of the stuff, like that wasn't even in my head. I didn't even really have a concept of what that was. It was, I just want to meet people where they are, and I believe God can use media to do it.
He does.
And he does it in a powerful way.
We do it every day.
Exactly. So I just went after it, and that's really where this whole thing started. We were faithful for a couple of months, and then the first video went viral, and it just started snowballing from there.
But that opened up a whole other principles to teach something here, and that is, you were faithful in little. Go start a small group. Just open the Word of God. You didn't know that was going to lead to all kinds of insanity around the world. Okay, but that you were faithful in little, and then you were faithful again to walk out and to pray for people and to do some supernatural. You just went and did it. You said, okay, guys, take your word. I'm going to go try it. I'll start with headaches, and then I'll raise people from the dead. I'll start somewhere small. Right? Okay. That's the waitress. What can we pray for you for? You know, that's the barista. Is there something I can pray for you for?
Yeah.
And then you pray for them. Right? And then God started putting your mind to different things. But when you stepped out, then God said, okay, see, he's being faithful. He's being a light when nobody sees him. And you know what? That is the true key to being blessed by God. Go bake a cake. Go babysit for somebody. If there's a grandparent who's raising their kids, give them a Saturday morning off. Go do something that nobody sees long enough. And he who sees secretly will reward you openly. Do you know what I'm saying? But sometimes we don't want to do this secret place. So I'm just highlighting what God did with you. And then he opened up, so tell us some stories about, like, boom, okay? And now your little light that you're doing in the corners went to the entire world, and millions and tens of millions of people have seen these now, okay? In the church and outside the church. And give us some stories of emails or people that have reached out to you or opened doors for you since then.
Yeah, it's been massive. There's been, several national ministries that's kind of incorporated us and had us in their churches, and even the first, I think it was about the first 3 months, we've seen over $100,000 come into the ministry completely unsolicited.
What's your webpage so people to be able to reach out to you?
So I just do everything on Instagram. It's at R Horton Worship.
Okay. At R Horton Worship.
Is the
If they want to go to Instagram, they can.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right, so people start just throwing money.
Yeah, they just start, hey, how can we give? How can we give? We didn't put a link up or nothing. And so the money just starts flowing in, which, again, if the Lord's on it, he'll start sending you. So, anyways, that's what we did for the first 3 to 4 months, and the money's just kept coming. He's been so faithful. But some of the other stories, it's opened up some opportunities on a project with Maverick City Music. They had me on. I was on a project with Vu Worship, Rich Wilkerson Jr. Several different ones have reached out. We have pretty much been on the road. My wife Lassus has been, it's like you've been on tour for 2 years, because it's opened up, the online thing's opened up so many opportunities to minister in churches all over the nation.
Your grandfather's going, see? I told you you're gonna preach the gospel. But to see a church boy go out to the streets, face demons, and all you do is you just worship Jesus. I've seen it. It's just you and him, and it's almost like you're alone with him. And the supernatural power just goes out, and people get saved and healed. There's different things that happen. But then the church says, come in here and show us how to do that. And we need you. Okay? And if you're in the church, we need you to be faithful in the little. Take risk. Hear the Holy Spirit. But take a risk and do ministry in secret. And God might open up doors for you that you cannot believe. Ryan's traveled all over, been with all kinds of people, and encouraged the body of Christ. And some people want to do they want to be the big thing. Listen, it's decades sometimes of doing the small thing. Well, I know many of you are on social media. So definitely hit our Instagram at Dr. Doug Weiss and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Dr. Doug Weiss and Healing Time Ministry so you can share this content really. Share this with some friends. Inspire them, okay? Whatever gift you have, it's a gift that God can use. You're designed uniquely to reach a population. You went out to the streets because that's where God sent them to be. And honestly, if you look at the book of Acts, you look at the Gospels, most ministry happens outside the church. So if you want to walk in the supernatural, go where it's needed. And he will use you and he'll flow with you. Definitely go. Give us your Instagram.
Yeah. The Instagram handle's at @rhortonworship.
At @rhortonworship. Go ahead and just encourage him because God is wanting revivals happening and you're definitely a part of it. So step out of where you are. Jesus really loves you. And if you've walked away, it's time to come back. And if you've never experienced that, you can right now. You can have a relationship with him. Just pray out loud with your heart. Words like this. Say, Jesus, forgive me my sins. I believe your blood paid for everything. I make you officially Lord of me. I want to follow you. In Jesus' name, if you said words like that, he heard your heart. We want to get you a gift of the gospel, John. It's got a QR code in it. So call us right now, and we want to get this to you today. Welcome. Well, today's conversation is really encourage you to embrace your God-given talents and spiritual gifts, and to be looking for everyday, maybe even small opportunities to reach out to the lost and the hurting that live right around you. It's amazing what God can do with a simple yes. And remember, if you need prayer for anything, we're here for you. 1-800-329-0029. And until next time, share Jesus. It's time to enter heaven's gates with our prayers.
Visit Franklin encourages us to pray with boldness and confidence.
And praise the Lord with Johnny and the Daystar Singers and Band. Tonight, 9, 8 Central. Only on Daystar.
God's word is your answer. Today I want to talk to you. How you raised up for such a time as this. God has